The views shared on this podcast are personal opinions for conversation and insight only. Guest perspectives are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Kalaj Dame or this podcast. Nothing discussed here should be taken as legal, financial, medical, or professional advice. Always do your own research and make decisions based on your individual situation.
Wopo died the very day that he signed the deal, bro. That day that he was getting that money, and then the tour was starting the next month. Yeah. Wopo got killed that day, bro. He was about to be up like 600,000 in the next like 45 days type shit, bro. I'm the only rapper in Pittsburgh, period, that has dropped the album that went top 40 hip hop and rap albums in the whole country, bro, in the whole world. Fuck it, Apple Music. My TrapnHardo album debuted at number 38. Successful people got a different type of discipline, bro. Like, that's what really weeds everything out, bro. That's what, I never cared about fame and shit like that, bro. I'm really like a more shy, chilled, laid back dude, bro. I'm not really.
How much you think you wasted on people that ain't had it both they feet in?
We just shine a light where they hide the grave.
If I could try to give you an intro, see if you agree with all of this, I would say the most recognized rap artists in Pittsburgh outside of Wiz, Mac, and maybe Wopo.
Yeah, and I feel like it's hard to say between me and him because if people really know the history of his shit and how many strings I pull behind it.
Yeah.
Real shit. But it's like,
only reason I would say that is because, like, I know people outside of Pittsburgh that if I say your name, they like, no, who's that? And I'm like, you know, the dude that was on, they shouted him out on T.R.A.P.
Yeah,
like,
but Wopo, they would know.
Yeah.
But it'd be weird because it's like when I go into the industry, it's like more celebrities know of me. Or you go to Atlanta, more people in Atlanta know. It's like he definitely, I feel like, got bigger than me, if you ask me, 100%.
Yeah.
But I think from me moving around the game so much, it made me just as known, like for real. Like the labels and shit, like they know us both. Like him, even his deals that he had was through my connections and my people and shit, for real. Like
that's what's up. I definitely didn't know that. Like you actually like middleman, like broker?
Like I even have it in my email, Interscope. Basically, I was there for a deal for myself. And I be on some business shit. Like, honestly, I never wanted to be like a star, bro. Like, I really am a laid back. I don't like the limelight too much. I don't like doing all that shit. So I'm more on the exec business side. So I introduced a proposal to him and I put them on Jimmy Wopo. Like, listen, if we could do a label deal, if y'all could get the money to my label, T.R.A.P Illustrated, instead of giving me the bread and, you know, double the money to where I could pay this dude whatever we want, and we put him on him, showed him everything, his numbers, all that. Like, I ain't gonna say they fell in love with him overnight, literally overnight. And they even had plans for Elm Street. Like, listen, this right here is a smash. We should put YG on it because it got that feel that's, you know, his vibe, and slap this on radio ASAP, get him to do it. So I was trying to offer Wopo, they was giving him, what, 150? It was 150 out of the budget to give him on the advance.
Yeah.
But Wopo wanted like an extra 75,000. That's why, like, on this song called Honest to God, where I offered him an extra 70 of my own paper. Like, listen, bro, take this. Let's do this shit under T.R.A.P Illustrated, bro. At the end of the day, you getting over 200,000 from the gate. YG on the joint, the first record, taking it straight to radio. Wop was like, that's why I really loved like his character. He was one of them dudes who didn't feel like, no, I'm more popping than you, or why would I fuck with you type shit. Like, he was all in. It was the team that he had though. Like, I think you got a manager who don't agree. You feel me? He feel bigger than a program. Why would we sign a dude? Like, you know, he going to labels overly committing his hand. Like, bro, we from Pittsburgh at the end of the day. We're not from a major market to where we could go get 10 million. You going to labels over, we ain't getting 2 million, we ain't. And labels like, oh, you motherfucker, you know how many motherfucking rappers out here doing 10 million views and this, that, and the third and shit. So he ended up not taking a deal. But right before he passed away, he ended up hitting me just like, bro, I wish I'd have been did that shit, because all we turned around to do is missed out on all the opportunities. You know, was still buzzing, but people don't realize at that time it was at a downcline. He already surpassed the height. He was at his height for 2-3 years. You know how this go when you there for so long and not getting to that next, it start coming down. So like it was slowing down, and you settled with going to Taylor Gang for less money, 180K. And it's like, bro, we already was giving that 2 years ago. You feel me? With Interscope. Why? And now you're doing this shit Atlantic Taylor Gang, bro. When that don't even, match your demographic though. Wiz was about to do that, put us both on tour, was giving Wopo 5,000 a show, was giving me 3,000 a shows for like a 40-leg tour and shit. Wopo died the very day that he signed the deal, bro. That day that he was getting that money, and then the tour was starting the next month. Wopo got killed that day, bro. He was about to be up like 600,000 in the next like 45 days type shit, bro.
That is crazy.
But it's like, yeah, all that like bread and videos, jewelry, anything. Like I was doing any and every, like I was a super fan of him that I stopped really caring about my time. I felt my time was like kind of past. Like I was going to jail. I was fucking it up. I came home. It's a whole new demographic with this nigga out this motherfucking shit for sure.
That's crazy you say that you felt like you was on a decline.
But it's why I feel like we make us neck and neck. Why it's hard to say so is my accolades compared to I'm the only rapper in Pittsburgh, period, that has dropped the album that went top 40 hip hop and rap albums in the whole country, bro, in the whole world. Fuck it, Apple Music. My TrapnHardo album debuted at number 38 and stayed up to number 38 for like 3 days. Was bouncing down to 45. That like nobody, you know how many people drop music every day, bro? Yeah. Like ain't nobody, bro, with no labels, no none of that shit, bro. 38. Then Today's a Good Day, top 40 urban radio record. You feel me? Like where me and Wap made a lot of bread off that shit. Like, yeah, hell yeah. I ended up selling a song to Warner Brothers for like an extra 100,000 at the end of his run type shit. But like, it's the accolades that I just feel like I have accomplished. I have made more money than everybody else. Like Wap he was too content with staying around the burg while I was more on the business shit. I'm running around putting business plays together. You feel me? So
I get it. That makes sense. Was that the deal that was top 40 sat at 38? Was that through a label or was
that was just TrapnHardo, literally straight through Empire, and I was in jail.
You know what? I read that. So first I was reading online when I was researching you. Then I put it in the chat GPT. I'm like, yo, tell me everything you know about Hardo.
Yeah.
And it was like, the main thing it told me was he kept his name relevant while he was in jail.
Yeah, my shit was going, like for a minute, it was just me. Like it was people doing their thing, but from that 2011 to about 2016, it was just me, bro. Like everybody else had shit going on, but once I went to jail that last time, I would say in the 15, Asco caught that Dab Lord and shit. And then like the birth of Jimmy Wopo was really starting to finally, but that was going in 16 basically and shit. Yeah. So like I was going to jail, fucking it up, bro, coming back home. But like I had the notoriety, and it's like every artist, bro, I got so many features. That shit was all on the love. Like none of that was like me reaching out, paying these niggas reaching out to me. The 21 Savages, the Meek Mills, Dave Easts's, the Ty Dolla $ign. Like I had my hands on anything body you could think of. Like I got emails right now, right before Prodigy died. Like months before Prodigy emailed me, yo, I'm a fan. I want you on my album. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got that shit. I could pull that up right now. So I had legends, bro. Idi Amin, like I had a lot of like people really reaching out to me. Like the history of what I really was doing, bro, is like way just on another level. I was really in there, bro. Like Vince Staples, I'm on his first project when he first really started going up. Like I'm on that Vince Staples tape. Like I had a lot of shit going on, bro.
That's crazy you say that. And this is a wild connection I'm about to make in terms of connecting dots. But I kind of translate it into similar to what I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
See if you can relate to this at all. So 2 months ago, I was just a regular dude retired from whatever I was doing in the streets and rap and everything else, just going to work, coming home. I was doing my podcast. I've been doing it for the past 6 months. Some clips go viral. Now all of a sudden, I got Hardo hit my phone. I'm taking pictures down Juneteenth with Suke. He's up on stage. DJ Chevy called me on stage. Yo, what up, bro? Black Steel texting me. And I know, like, niggas probably gonna watch this like, come on, man, what you talking about? But on a smaller level, it's similar, right?
Yeah, that's exactly how it is because, like you said, people can't be like, what did you talk? That's serious.
Yeah.
Like when you in your city, you know how many people podcasting? You know how many people artists every day? And that's the shit they looking for. Damn, bro, you ain't reaching out to me. You ain't fucking with me. So when you see that, like me saying something and not knowing all these other people already done hit you, already done got with you, it's because everybody's seeing the same shit at the same time. And that's just how that shit is. That's how you know something somebody got is special in this moment. It's just all about what a motherfucker do at the moment from there type. But yeah.
I almost want to connect it to the fan. I don't want to have this conversation yet. We're gonna save it for a little bit later. But I don't know, there's something in there, just the idea of, because we supposed to treat, like you, Hardo, we supposed to treat you like a regular human. Like niggas in the hood is gonna be like, what? That's just Joseph. Know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
100%. That's how it be.
Know what I mean? Like that type shit where it's like we have this fear in like shunning each other and not wanting to give each other our roses.
Bro, it's the worst, bro. I just was telling somebody, like, I used to think maybe this is every city, because sometimes, like, being in Atlanta for so long, I see locals be like, oh, it's no support here in Atlanta. So I know that's everywhere. Yeah. You got to think there's artists in Atlanta, one of the biggest meccas, where you got locals like, oh, they don't support you here. I got to go to another city. Everybody feels that way. The one thing I did notice, anybody who accomplished something somewhere, as long as they kept their name and values, rather you fell off, because it's natural. You can't run the game forever. People still appreciate it. Like, it was just a show in Atlanta doing for a week, and I had like all older Atlanta artists, locals that, like, you know, had a record within the city, that artists we have never heard of. And I went, it's 5,000 people here, bro. And there's locals, I mean, people who, bro, even though clothes and shoes, none of that matter, but you got locals out here dusty, bro. You could tell they probably ain't had their way in 10 years, but because of something that they did and a footprint they left, people still respect it when it's time for them to come put on. So you got 5,000 people, bro, word for word, multiple locals that I never heard them looking up shit like that. That shit came out in 2009 or 2011, and people still want their pictures and still showing they love. And bro, spit that one joint, and it's like in a burg, bro. People just really got a problem with keeping the love no matter what the case is. It's like the most random thing I ever seen, bro, when it comes to Pittsburgh. Like, all the legends, they rather, you know, kick you and shit on you when you down and see you doing bad, bro. Or unless you die, I feel like in the bird, they only love the ones forever that died, bro. Them is the only ones who they keep alive, is the ones who already died, bro.
I will say, and I don't know if this is just an anomaly, but I just made a post for Black Steel talking about S Money. And that post went crazy with people in the comments like, yeah, we love S, that jam still go hard. Where, I don't know, he might be one of the ones. I feel like you and him maybe, and maybe if you are like Dab Lord.
Yeah.
Esco. Like, there's a few that when the jam come on,
it's a super staple. Yeah, S got a super staple song, 100%. Like, 100%. No matter what, I'm the man going light up, no matter what. So yeah, we do have those records that people love forever.
Like an anomaly though?
Yeah,
like
100%. But it comes when it come down to, if we chose to throw a show, would these same people come support? It's easy to turn up to a song in a club, though. That's easy. Everybody feeling good that night, a song you know come on, you show it love, but it's not easy to catch that record. But once that record is there, but it's like when it's time for me to throw something to make the money from it, would the people of the community come out and support? That's the problem Pittsburgh have. And when I go look at any show that I had, even Jimmy Wopo, like, as another artist who really sold out venues, like, selling out the Rex, selling out Mr. Smalls as a headline, whereas 600 tickets being sold strictly for you. And anytime I sold that out, when I look in that crowd, at that 600 people, it's probably 550 white fans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to be from the hood, who I am, bro, it's probably 50 people from the community, but it's 550 white people in this venue. And that's the problem with Pittsburgh. The streets don't come out and support if you ain't in a club, bro.
See, so, like, I don't want to get too deep into this, but I feel like it kind of fits just topic-wise. The whole conversation, it came up multiple times on the podcast where people was talking about Wiz and how he don't necessarily owe the city anything because, like, black people didn't go out and support him during his come-up. I mean, that's like a normal thing for everybody.
True, it's just the truth. And it's like, bro, people look at that when they're not in that position, but just think if you were simply doing anything, selling just T-shirts, and you've been in your hood selling T-shirts forever, and everybody walking past your T-shirt saying, never supporting you.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, all the outskirts start buying up your shirts. Now your brand is like Gucci. Do you care to come give it to these people who watched it the whole time and didn't show love? No, and I still won't even take it that far. It's the simple fact to me is like, Wiz is not a street dude, bro. At the end of the day, bro. That's like me being a street artist and finding a suburban artist. I don't understand that demographic. I really don't know what's what when it comes to any of that. Yeah. That's not my lane. Wiz is in his lane of what he like and what he on at the end of the day, bro. Yeah. And he throw bones to the right people. I feel like anybody who really, everybody feel like they hot, bro. Everybody feel like, oh, they the one, this, that, and the third. Somebody successful understands success different. They can see a person with real star potential differently. They can see somebody with influential impact differently. So like when Wiz start rocking with me, bro, he knew he's in the game, bro. He's at the labels. He hear what's going on. So he hear the name and know what's going on, bro. So he rocking with me. He jump on the jam. Yeah. He pull up video shoot, no security at the height of his career, bro. Know what I'm saying? At the height of it. Yeah. When Jimmy Wopo get to where he going, he jump in. At the end of the day, it's like sports, bro. You don't go to high school football straight to the pros, bro. Right. You got to go to Pee-wee, high school, college, then the pros, bro. You got to get scouted, bro. Nobody just come pick you up that's in the game the moment you pick up a mic or because you got a hot record, bro. You got to see if you coachable. Is you likable? Is you somebody who got your head on your shoulders, bro? It's deeper than just music. Yeah. Deeper than just talent. So, like, Wiz, show love, bro. Like, at the end of the day, bro, he got fed to God with him now. He done had Chevy with him forever. Maybe Chevy might be the person he felt who's supposed to focus on the streets. Yeah. You know what? I'm doing this. That's why I got y'all. Y'all go focus on who's in the streets in this, that, and the third. You feel me? So, like, at the end of the day, I feel like he played his role. Maybe he could do a little more. Who knows? But I feel like he looked out.
Yeah. I agree. I matter of fact, I admitted something similar. Like I was saying, in watching Wiz on his come up, like my whole issue was, I mean, of course I had way too much ego. It was probably a little bit of hate, but it was like, I don't know this dude. He not a Pittsburgh hood dude. He not representing like the black Pittsburgh hoods that like I know that I grew up in. That was one of the things. So when Mac blew like after him, it was like, yeah, we got a real Pittsburgh dude repping for us. Then when I heard of you, it was like, yeah, we there.
Yeah, now it's the bird, bro. Like the trenches at the end of the day, because we also forget Pittsburgh is bigger than the hood. Yeah. The hood is this big.
23%.
That's the smallest percent of the city, bro. Yeah. That's what people really fail to realize. We're not a major black cultural city, bro. We are just a small casting in a very big white shell to be 100%. And people forget when Wiz was making songs like Hustling on His Grind, people was talking shit. Who's this dude trying to be hood at the end of the day?
That was the thing.
People want to, we taking dude's chain at the end of shows. Like, people forget all of that. But then when he go be who he want to be, now it's, he don't represent. But when y'all felt he was being hood, why is he imitating this shit? Like,
and see, I appreciate who Wiz is now because I feel like he being true to himself.
For
Like
sure.
I rock with his music when he was younger. I always feel like the early years is like more hunger, like the music just sound better.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, Wiz, like go ahead, do your thing, be yourself.
And the streets had 3,000 chances, and we fuck it up. I'm gonna be 100. I wasn't here for the Joe Beast run. I was young, so I don't know what happened. And the forgot the major producer's name who was out there with Dr. Dre and Mailman and them. I don't really know the extent of what went on with that. The S Moneys fell to jail. Jail. Jimmy Wopo not leaving the streets, losing his life. You feel me? Deasley, jail. Like, it's plenty artists who knocked at the door, bro. You know, Reese Youngin straddling the fence of the streets and the entertainment. You feel me? And it's like everybody who really be at that door with that chance, let Pittsburgh suck them in the wrong way, bro. So like that ain't Wiz's fault because a lot of people had deals and chances on the table.
Would you compare that to like athletes? It's like I know a lot of people, even outside of Pittsburgh, that just fuck up their chances at competing on the national or professional level.
100%. Don't want to work out, want to be partying all the time, fucking with the hoes or influenced by the streets. So instead of you being a full-time athlete, you really want to prove that you like this dude from the hood still at the same time, bro. And to fuck off millions, bro. Like,
look, let me tell you this story real quick. It hits home so hard for me. So in 2003, I was producing for Shaquille O'Neal. I told this story on a podcast a few times, but my bro's DJ J Nice, he's the president of Shaquille O'Neal's record label. I was supposed to get him a track. He was the DJ for Club 112 at the time down in Atlanta. I was supposed to get him a track done so that he could play it for NBA All-Star Weekend 2003. He came over to my crib about 7 o'clock in the morning, woke me up out of my sleep. Mind you, I had basically a chick just left my crib like that night. I'm waking up late. I ain't got nothing finished. He was like, bro, you got to finish your stuff long before I have an opportunity to come knocking on your door asking for it. He is like, whatever you doing, laying up with these chicks and doing all this crazy stuff, like, bro, you ain't got to knock it off. But make sure whatever it is you got to do, responsibility-wise, is done. Put it in my hands, pass the buck so that you ain't responsible if it all falls down. And this is when we had, So Monica So Gone. Matter of fact, I probably had something to do with us messing up that remix with J Records. We did a remix for it. And maybe it was the radio edit version or something I was supposed to get to him. Basically, I didn't get it to him on time. And he seen it like, bro, you fucking up money now. Like, you need to get your shit together. It wasn't a wake-up call for me because I still fucked up shit after that. But to me, like, it goes along with what you saying, like that whole concept of the money, the chicks, whatever that you doing, that you got going on, like that stuff can wait.
Blinded by them vices, man. It'd be crazy because we realize, bro, the most successful people got a different type of discipline, bro. Like, that's what really weeds everything out, bro. That's what balanced the earth, bro. The discipline.
Interesting. So I feel like it's pulling me into the next topic that I'm trying to push off, but just the segue is there, screaming at me. Pittsburgh. There's this idea of crabs in a pail. I mean, I'm sure you heard it probably most of your life.
Hell yeah.
And then, like you just said, discipline. So on one of my episodes, I was talking to Tony Pittsburgh where he was saying there's like this concept of pick yourself up by the bootstraps, by your own bootstraps or whatever to help yourself out. Can we point fingers at, the hood niggas? Like, y'all need to be more disciplined. Like, is it their responsibility to do better?
No. It's hard to say, hood niggas in general. I feel like it's household at the end of the day because people who choose to, if you're in the hood, bro, it's survival of the fittest, bro. Once you in something, it's like, how can you play a game discipline at the end of the day, bro? Gangster's been around a long time and people think it's just so bad now, bro. It's because it's publicized on social media, but times change, bro. It used to be people kidnapping people's parents, kids, people getting held for ransom, people's heads getting cut off. I think like murderers was worse. You had real mob bosses, people who might be making millions but got 20 homicides at the same time. Today it's not like that, bro. You might have like reckless youngins, but they're not super masterminded. They're really crashing out. Like today is more just a crash out thing. But I feel like, it's environment, man. It's really it's household. But it's even hard to say household because I grew up with a dad and mom. So it's the influence of your environment. Like, and it's sad to say, but where we at now in life, it's hard to like, stay in your environment and rebuild it. Like you really got to get out of it and let it burn itself up until it rebuild on its own. But like we're not in them days where, the top people in these neighborhoods could stay in these neighborhoods and help shape the community back into what it is. Like that ain't gonna work. And you don't want your kids to fall into being influenced by their friends, because at the end of the day, it's just what it is. Your kids look up to their friends 9 out of 10 more than their parents who's disciplining them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had a great dad. That's my best friend. Yeah. But as a kid, I didn't understand why he was the way he was. I'm wondering like, damn, why my cousins get more freedom to be outside? Right. And then, all right, Dad, you giving me $5 to go to school, but damn, my homie got $200. How you get that? Oh, you selling crack? And then you hand it to me. All I gotta do is stand there and just give it to somebody. Yeah. Now I get $200. Like it start that innocent, like, cause you don't see what the future hold. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta, as a parent, you gotta recognize shit early. Like when you get to see the signs of show, your son might post a picture and just throw a little gang sign. He like, I just did it. But like, you got to pay attention to that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays. So like, I think that's what it is. Fathers being way more present, because sons fear their fathers if they father a real alpha. So, that matter. But it's hard to say people in the hood need to like change because they're the hood. That's the hood.
That make a lot of sense. That's actually the aspect I took too. My whole thing is practice. Like, if you started, I use myself as an example. So when I was younger, I was super curious. I used to take shit apart, put it back together. I remember my sister used to have one of them clear plastic phones. I think it was like her boyfriend or something. Somebody was calling. It was a real important phone call towards the time. But I ended up fixing it somehow with like a safety pin or something like that. That was always my thing, where I was curious. I wanted to learn. I wanted to figure out any and everything. Throughout life, whenever I would fail, I would analyze, why did I fail? How did that happen? Let me fix it. So I'm paying attention to everything, analyzing every situation, where now I'm so practiced at it, you can almost say like I mastered it in a way, where I'm looking at other people that go through similar situations that I went through already. Say like, my kids or whatever, like my son, bro, you got to get up, you got to go to work. You got to save your money, buy you a car, make sure you got your Uber money before you get your car to get to work. He's still stumbling. He's still like not having discipline and stuff like that, where it made me think he hasn't actually practiced doing that yet. He hasn't made it a habit. He hasn't embedded it in his brain to where he's good at it. And me as a dad, I wasn't there I was there for his life, but I was too busy rapping and chasing chicks and stuff like that. So I wasn't spending the amount of time I needed to teach him, to help him to practice this whole time. Yeah. And that's kind of the narrative that I be wanting to push to like white America, white Pittsburgh, to say, I want us to like build a bridge, like not separate, not divide us. But at the same time, y'all got to understand that we can't just pick ourselves up.
100%. They got to understand, like, I hate when I hear, white people or anybody be like, oh, slavery was 400 years ago. Like, and it'd be stuff like that where it's like, oh, you really not aware of what we go through. And at the end of the day, and that's another thing with the hood, is marriage and one household is everything. Because when you got separate households, like I said, I had my dad, but I can still go over my mom's from time to time, where it's less discipline over there. So now that's my loophole to continue to reset back the wrong way. every time I'm here because I'm in a split household. My dad can't dictate what goes on at my mom's house. And I see that today, like what I might do with my kids or how strict I am when they're with me, they might have more leniency with their parents. But then it's like, with white people not understanding, it's like that 400 years is very impactful today. And then you look at all of our black leaders that we done had, every group, Panthers, Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, you got FBI watching them. You got them getting assassinated. You got people getting extensive jail time who meant nothing but good to our community. Today, you got people like even with the Carmelo Anthony situation, whether guilty or not, why his time different from a white kid who do the same thing with less reason to do so. And it just show you no matter what, like we still in a position where they dividing us. You know what I'm saying? They not giving us the same opportunities and stuff like that. And that stuff matters 100%. If the shoe was on the other foot, yeah, we would be squared away. If our peoples gave us land and we were inherited all types of money and foundation, and we could easily walk in and get this job because of the complexion of this, that, and the third. And yes, we would be squared away. But when y'all put us in projects and you plant drugs in our community and CIA doing this and you inflicting syphilis and Africans and all types of stuff, people forget about that. Y'all blowing up Black Wall Street, y'all, all types of things that set black people back. And it's like, I hate when people act like that don't matter for why we go through what we go through today. It's nothing but McDonald's in our community. It ain't no Whole Foods in the middle of the hood. It's McDonald's and Giant Eagle and stuff like that. Like,
So let me ask you this. So that same thing you just said about you throw a show and it's 80% white people. That concept, if you opened up Hardo Whole Foods, you know, in the middle of the hood, you think it would do well?
Because of all the trauma and all the things that we deal with, probably not. Because we're so systematically fucked up that I ain't shopping with they food. Where Hardo getting the groceries from? So no. So it's like the same people that take everything from us be the ones who would go shop there. But them is the ones I feel like oblivious to what they peoples may have did, or it's the stigma. I feel like it's like a movie. Some white people just super interested in black, just like the culture of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they like, oh, these dudes are gangsters and this, that, and the third. And so they want it. It's like a museum to come shop at this grocery store and stuff like that. They don't take it serious. So I think it's a little different of why they would support the cause. They ain't supporting the cause if they felt it would give us power. I feel like if fans or, and not to say all, because I don't want to act like all white people like that, but if some really thought like, oh, supporting this would give a black dude some power, then they probably would do it.
You think that's a Pittsburgh thing or national?
It's a world thing right there. Yes, national right there.
See, I can't even push against that. I ain't been outside of Pittsburgh other than Detroit in a long ass time.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's America, bro. Look what we in, bro. This is what it is. Look at today, it'd be like, damn, bro, look at who our president is, bro. Like, just alone, you would think white people might treat us away and say we act like this, that, and the third, bro. To see a president, bro, that is supposed to be a role model for the United States of America. This is our top face, is somebody who will go on Twitter, bro, and diss people on the internet, bro. That's not what a grown-up should do. It's not what a role model of somebody who's supposed to show us how to weed through negativity. Instead, this is somebody today on the internet now, bro, who really vocally, you know, throwing shots at people and acting like a young celebrity, and they would vote this in strictly because they feel it's against blacks, like 100%, bro.
So, all right, my wife gonna be mad as shit if I try to play devil's advocate on this, but I know some Republicans, right? And I've presented that argument. So we just gonna pretend like I'm defending it, though I'm not really defending it. So a friend of mine, he would always say that Trump has this not a politician perspective. He's draining the swamp of, was draining the swamp of what was in politics, and he's not a traditional politician, therefore maybe he's not trustworthy, but he's more trustworthy than someone smiling in your face while they stabbing you in your back or feeding you poison while they congratulating you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but in that aspect, it's hard for me to still look at that because it's like, all right, people feel like that most of the time. It's like, oh, he's about business. He's about this, that, and the third. But when you're taking on a presidency, it's about protecting the whole America, not one class of it.
100%.
It's about how do you get each class on a good term at the end of the day. So if Trump's just for rich people, what does that do for a middle class? Or what did that do for the lower class? And at the end of the day, you know, it's a bunch of sentences, a bunch of different things, bills got to even be passed through to where he just don't get the final word. But people, since when do we think it's okay because somebody being real in my face to be disrespectful? Like all of a sudden we got to a place where it's like, oh, well, at least we know he'll tell us how he feel.
You know what? I told somebody this recently. I don't know if I would call it European culture, but I was trying to explain, it feels like it's just not black culture. Like, we don't operate like that. So the concept of like, as a black person, at least in Pittsburgh, in black culture, if I invite you into my house and you come sit at my table for dinner, or we go out to dinner and I pay for dinner, like, yo, what's up, bro? You know, we sitting at the table eating together. There's a certain amount of respect and appreciation that goes with that. That means I trust you, right? If you go in my house, just like, you know, the concept in every black house, if you like family, go ahead, bro. Open the refrigerator, get whatever you want. That's a thing that goes a long way with us. But there are, from my understanding at least, there's white families that go that far, but you still ain't family. That'll like, yeah, you went in my fridge and all that stuff. We ate dinner yesterday, but today, nah, fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? And it feels like a cultural difference.
Yeah, I be wondering, like, it is, bro. And that's weird, bro. Like, not too long ago, start thinking of a weird, like thing that just, I wonder if it's how it is, like, with white people. They operate like the jungle, like the animals. Like, we more operate with heart when they more operate heartless. Like, when you think about it, bro, you go look at who run the jungle, we be like, oh, that's just the cycle of life. In the wild, lions is supposed to kill other animals. When they killing this baby, it's to feed their families. But the people that run the jungle is the most violent, bro. You got lions, tigers, you got the sharks in the water, crocodiles. These is people who kill animals, who's killing with no care in the world. And when you look at the people that run the world, killing with no care, it's the same thing. It's like, I feel like to run the world, you can't even have a heart. How could you have real compassion when you know you might need to bomb a country and kill thousands of kids and millions? And you got to be very heartless to run the world. There's no way I feel like you can do this if you care about people.
I would even go as far as to say, and let me try to clean this up because we probably sound crazy to the audience right now, but this isn't, so audience, this is not racism at all. This is speaking more culturally and just pointing out different things. Of course, we all know that the race is
on the elites, culture. On some elite thing too.
Elites. We all different. We all have our own individual ways, and this is just, you know, conversation for better understanding. But to push that a little bit further, I almost feel like you could include capitalism in that conversation of where you said world domination.
100%.
Where capitalism, like the idea of I'm going to hoard all the resources and then charge you for it. And I don't care if you starving, if you dying of thirst, if your kids is starving, you can't have what I have unless you pay me for it.
100%. And the only way to do that is to not have a heart.
Yeah.
You gotta have you have to be firm on your stance.
Yeah.
And like, you know how hard that is if you in a crib and you only got enough resources and there's a person, a kid right here outside your door, locked out, cold, dying, and to not open that door, you gotta have a different type of soul, I feel like, and that's why I'm speaking on just at an elite level, to run the world, like, I don't know, it's just deeper than just being a normal person, I feel like.
You feel like that might contribute to the lack of success in the Black community? Like, because it's more difficult for us to be that heartless?
I think it's just the way how America was built, because you go to other countries where we may run a program, I feel like we're the same way. You might go to Africa where a certain tribe is just as heartless to our own people because you're the ones in power. I feel like any race in power of where they at, it's got to be the most like heartless of people to make it all work. Like, you can't do it with no compassion, I feel like.
Do survival mode contribute to that?
Survival mode for sure.
Like the idea of like in Pittsburgh, minimal resources, right? Where I got to get this for me and kind of block you out because there's so little of it. I need to make sure I feed myself and my family. So it's like, nah, it's going to be me or you.
And you got to. And low key, it's weird because that's what's the only way to keep the value, is because it has no value if everybody can get it at the end of the day. And that's why, like, you can trick the hood out. Like, for instance, stimulus. You throw a stimulus out, people don't really even realize this is because you cannot get a job right now. You cannot get paid. This is not because the government and Donald Trump just got some love for you and want to make sure you got some money. This is a whole government that's coming up with this plan for America. And you give people these checks. Then you run again. And that's all people thinking about. Oh, them checks. We got to re-elect him. He gave us money. And like, you don't realize, bro, it was a reason for the money, bro. It was not just one day he just woke up, got on the podium like, you know what, America, I'm giving everybody some money today. Like, and people don't realize that whatsoever. So, yeah.
That, you know what that remind me of? You see The Wire?
It's crazy. All the stuff I ever watched, I never watched The Wire.
You serious?
Never watched The Wire, yo.
Bro, come on. All right, you got to watch The Wire whenever you get a chance. It's on HBO, I think.
Yeah. Like, I have turned it on. I just never sat and got into The Wire.
The Wire in the Corner is literally like the illest shows on TV ever. But there's a scene where Marlo's like the big drug dealer, like took over the neighborhood or whatever. He gets I forgot his name, but he gives dude a bunch of money and he's like, go over to the kids, give them money for their school clothes and stuff. So he comes over with a wad of money. There's a bunch of kids sitting on the stoop, and he passes them all money. You know, get you some school clothes, whatever. Like it literally felt like that idea of almost like buying the favoritism of the neighborhood.
100%.
Like, you know, to make like passing out turkeys type stuff where this turkey, y'all gonna eat it right now. And nothing against passing out turkeys, of course, but still the concept of you're going to eat it right now, but it don't solve your problem.
100%. It also even makes me think of, like, not even to keep staying on the Trump topic, during pardons, like when you're at a level up here and you know, like, your brain is smarter, you think above just a regular level of people. Sometimes people don't look deep into things, and maybe, you know, it could be wrong, it could be conspiracy, just shit like that. But like pardoning, let me pardon Kodak Black, let me pardon Lil Wayne. These, at the end of the day, are not role models of our community. These are people who, I mean, I'm an artist, I'm guilty of it too. Poison the community with the music that made. These are very influential people who helped a lot of people end up on drugs. And it's like, is that a reason to pardon these people? Keep these people around for, you know, to continue to help bring down, you know, our community, because you don't see the growth in, you know, and I hate, like, you know, speaking on other people, but you just don't see the growth in what they doing for our community. But people will see that and, oh, Trump got Kodak out of jail. You know what I'm saying? And now we all play into, you know, run into the system that's really doing everything to keep us where we at.
That's a very good point. I think there was a topic I wanted to talk to you about. I'm gonna see if I can segue to that real quick. But first, This conversation is literally progressing just super organic. I ain't even finished the intro, but welcome to the podcast, Hardo.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for having me, my boy.
Hey, man. Appreciate you for being here. So, now that the intro's out the way, self-hatred was I guess stemming from that conversation. I had an interview where I interviewed Kelly Shakur. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she has a Fro Gang organization. She talks about basically black girls and boys loving and appreciating themselves. So her whole thing is like she takes pictures of like little girls that got their afros out and stuff and post it online. She does a bunch of other stuff too. Not sure of everything, but just her narrative is them loving themselves. So she came on here and she told me she didn't like the word nigga. Her whole thing was when you say the word nigga, you are expressing a term that, first of all, was given to us as some negative connotation. And though we flipped it to make it, more positive or whatever, the concept of it is almost like self-deprecating, where I don't like myself or I don't believe in myself. And it's not consciously saying that, but more so putting like a subconscious idea or something, really minimal that we don't even notice on us that makes us feel like we're less than kings and queens.
Yeah, I think that's a little too conscious. I would say that's more of a thing we took from lemons and made lemonade with it.
That's literally exactly the pushback that I gave her. And I had to think of it for a second. So, I told you I'm an electrical engineer, right? If I ask you, like, bro, if I say we paying $5 million a month to be electrical engineer, you trying to get this job, what would be your response?
Hell yeah, nigga type shit.
And I'd be like, I bet, but you got to go to school and learn calculus 1, 2, 3, differential equations, linear algebra. You got to learn all these maths. What would your response be?
Damn, basically like, I got to go do all that.
So, and the reason why I say that, like, I feel like you in general is probably a bad example for me answering that question, because I feel like you motivated. Like, if you see something you want, you probably, fuck it, I'm going to do it. Most people would be like, not only damn, but I hate math, I can't do it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
When I look around at my peers and I look around in the hood, bro, there was literally a job that was starting off at, I want to say 60, 70K. That was like, I was hiring under me. I went to my bros, some of my homies was making $15, $16 an hour. Like, yo, come on, year and a half in the program, I'll put you on. You're like, oh, you got all that. I can't do that math. I'm not good at math. And I'm like, what would make us feel like we can't do anything that we put our mind to?
I think I'm going to always say it go back to that, to slavery. I'm going to always go back to that, because think about it, bro. If you had 400 years to set a plan to trick people out, you have 400-year head start. Do you think they're finna solve it with 400 years of planning of all of this that you did?
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, why would somebody be super learning math when they gotta survive? They gotta take care of kids. You gotta figure out how to put food on the table every day. You gotta work the lease of jobs, and then it's a cycle. Like, I even seen something like somebody who created the work scale, created it for a slavery mindset. It's to make you work all day, be tired, go home, be sleep, get a quick day or two off, and then it's back at it, same program. At no point through all of this do you have time for anything else. And then if you stop and go on a limb for your career, which is not 100% for something that you believe in, it's easy to say, work hard and get what you believe in, and it'll happen. That's not the case. Yeah, for some, but usually you really got to be crazy.
Like you psychologically.
You have to be crazy, bro. And that's why, like, a lot of people's stories, bro, they lived out their car and really had to go off on a limb. And a lot of people had to give up on their family. You can't be a great parent and become successful all in the same sentence. Most of these people sacrifice a lot of time. You go watch it, some of these athletes, kids, you at their sports game, you might never see their dads ever at none of the games. You gotta think this is so-and-so's son. He's never here because he's still slaving, building a foundation. It's a sacrifice he had to make. So it's like you have to detach from this. Like that's something that I went through, bro. Like my son not having a mom and really loving my kids and loving the moments. And when you gone for a week, you like, damn, my son missed me. Like I miss my kids. And it's like, you go back to continue to protect them. And then environments they may be in, other people who might not be suitable and loving them the same way that you will. So now you sacrificing everything to for your family. So I think that's what's also stop a lot of people because it's hard. You don't got time to be learning algebra and all this crazy shit on the side. Like you need real time to put into that. Like, and that's why it's best to really wait to have kids, bro. Love is another thing that kill the community, bro. You be in love so young that you be 19, like, oh, this is my girl forever. Let's have a baby. And it's like, damn, like, I mean, I've been there and done that, but it's like kids today would be like, how can I blame them when I done it too? I done told my little cousin, my little sister, bro, you don't need no kid right now, chill. Like, and they swear they got it until that life is here now. Now you so stressed out. Now you don't have the time to do this, that, and the third. You don't have a sitter. You don't have the money for daycare. You don't, and it's like you put yourself in that same trap that most people end up in.
And that same trap stems from the psychological effects and trauma started with slavery.
And taking the black fathers out the house, man, separating these families up, man, putting these drugs in the community. You know what they did? It gave people more time for crack than coke because crack was in the black community. Coke was in the white community.
Look, I was one of those kids, bro. I was one of those kids that I didn't sell drugs most of my childhood. Teenage years, kind of, but I was a kid that basically my shit was sold. Christmas come around, you get a brand new VCR, TV, Nintendo. A week later, you wake up, your VCR and TV gone. So, like, when we talk about the trauma, that idea, that concept of it, to me, it makes perfect sense. The issue I feel like is it's hard to understand that trauma if you've never been through it. Like it's hard to look at a person and say your perspective or your paradigm, like the way you see things, is completely wrong simply because that don't make sense to me. How do we talk to those people? Like, how do we bridge the gap between black and white, really? Like the people on the other side that say, like, what? Like, get over it. That shit is done.
Yeah, that's one of them gaps that I feel like they gotta care, man. It's one of them things where, you know, some of them do understand. There's a lot of people from them communities who care to know. Like it's just like how would somebody care to learn this math to get this job? Do this person over here care to really see and understand us? You know what I'm saying? Because somebody who don't care to understand, it'll never cut through to them because they think, oh, just get over it. You know what I'm saying? But there's some people who willing to sit down and be that listening ear and understand and doing their research. Because I feel like anybody with a heart and down to listen, when they see the everything laid out, then it got to make sense to you. You know what I'm saying? If it don't, you just somebody who just don't care.
I be thinking the same thing, and I try to jump in the comments on the post.
Yeah, some is that farly brainwashed. Like, it's no different. It's like, you know, if your household is teaching you this the whole time and your peoples are telling you this, or, oh, they just lazy, and it, like, that shit sticks with you. At the end of the day, you start to really believe that. Like, it's like a thing to me with religion. It's like 9 times out of 10, you believe how you grew up. And you can't tell this Muslim household about their religion no different than you could tell this Christian household. Because they were born this way. This was trained. They were trained for this. It was bred into them the whole time. So I think it's like the same thing.
That and scientifically, so you heard of like a placebo effect.
I forgot what it is. I have heard of it, but I can't remember exactly what it is. You got to brief me on it.
Yeah. So basically the idea of like paraphrasing, but you heal just by thinking of it. Like, so the idea that you believe you're fine or you're going to be healed or some good is going to happen, like it actually happens. And it feels like it's like you could blame it on something divine or something like that, but it's literally just like your brain and chemical makeup in your head that's doing it for you.
100%.
There's placebo effect, and then there's the nocebo effect, which is the opposite of that, where you could actually believe you're sick. So like as a kid, there was moments where I didn't want to go to school and I faked being sick so
you
bad.
really feels like you're sick.
Really
you really got sick. That's how strong the mind is, bro.
Yeah.
The mind is very, 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 very powerful. Like that's why like, you know, it's hard for me to get a grasp on religion now bringing that up, because it's like when somebody might be on their deathbed and they're like, yo, I died and I seen Jesus in my dream. Like I for surely seen Jesus and he said, come to the light and wake up. And you woke up. Do I think you seen that 100%? Because your mind is that strong, like your mind was really there.
Yeah.
But there's also some dude who believe in this, who had the same vision with a whole different God in it. And he really came back to life, because that's how powerful the mind is. Like,
It's exactly. I literally, I want to say, I can't remember how long. That same exact thing, what to me is what has always made sense when I try to explain to people. I think the difference that I found now is, so nothing against my parents, nothing against my sister, my family and stuff. They love me to the best of their knowledge to how they knew how to love. My wife is the first person that I experienced pure, like just complete unselfish love altogether. And she's religious, like self-proclaimed religious. Bro, it's to an extent, like to the point where I called her a unicorn. Like, where did they make you at?
Yeah.
Like, you like literally an angel. It doesn't make sense. That I would say for me is like, okay, maybe there is like some reality to the things that you talking about. Like talking to her in terms of her spirituality and stuff like that, because like for me, like I was Christian, like deep into it in my teen years and stuff. And then after that, it was like, nah, like y'all hypocrites and you know, treat me like a hoodlum, this and that, like not accepting me, all this crazy stuff going on. I didn't get it. All the way up until I met my wife, it was like, y'all human beings like everybody else. And then I met my wife, and then I met her family, and it's just pure unselfish love. And it's like, oh, this ain't what I'm used to. Like, this don't make sense.
yeah, and it's crazy because they say that narrow road, though. It's like only some people really walk that narrow road, bro. That's really the righteous road on whatever it is in his life, bro. And like you said, it is real love, but, you know, we can't get blinded by most people who are critics. Most people are fake prophets, and, you know, we're human, so it's hard to judge somebody when we doing it too. At least their attempts in life may be a little better than ours with those things, bro. But yeah, like I grew up Christian too. Yeah. And it's like, you know, I still just trying to figure out what it is, like, or what do I believe? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say I don't believe in a God or nothing like that. But, you know, I think about my grandparents, the most purest loving I ever seen, bro. Like, since I've been born, like my grandma, my granddad has been devoted Christians, nothing but in that church. I've never heard my granddad or grandma cuss. I've never seen them listen to anything but gospel. I've never seen them anything but more than love. And, you know, all these years later, when I sit down and I talk to my granddad, and it'd be like, I would have never known you stressed in life. You going through things. You don't want to die unhappy. You know what I'm saying? The last maybe 10, 15 years, you've been miserable. And it's like, that hurt me knowing, because it's like, I thought when you walk that path, everything is good, like at some point. Like, for you to give the shirt off your back, you never been able to just have your home with just you and my grandma, because y'all's raising the next generation of somebody's kids who's not taking care of their responsibility to the next generation, giving up your savings to the church or to this and to that and the third. And here you is at 77 and you just like, grandson, I just want to find happiness. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, that shit is crazy. Because you would think that's the person who walked this supermodel lifestyle that eventually they find the glory here before they go. You know what I'm saying? It make me think sometimes do religion keep people stagnant? Like, you're not supposed to care about money. You're not supposed to care about nothing. And you just stay in this same like cycle of that's just playing on your mental. And then people, like a lot of people give glory to God in so many ways. You be like, oh, thanks, God for this, that, and the third. And I'd be like, do that really make sense? Did God make you a famous rapper? Yeah. Did God make you a football player? Like, what do that have to do with the agenda if because you made it, but you didn't do anything righteous after or for it? Like, are we just super just into giving the glory to God because that's how we were raised? This is what we were trained to do. Because a lot of people give glory to God for things that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's not for the better good of our people in that a single form or shape. And then it'd be like, it's just deep, bro. It's so much stuff.
I'm right with you, bro.
Religious,
look,
bro.
So literally, like everything you saying to me right now, these is like exact conversations I be having. I probably done had with my wife, family, everything else, where I took like your perspective, and to an extent, I still had that same perspective. Like I have very similar questions. And my thing has always been like, why is there a book when it feels natural to know like how to navigate?
Literally.
You know what I mean? Like, I could tell when some stuff is right and wrong. Like, why is it that I need to pull out this Bible and show it to somebody else to prove, like, that shit was wrong?
No, 100%. I think some people are, stupid. Some people don't think like how we would think. So I get it. And it's weird because the book is very accurate. For a lot of shit to be old, it'd be like, a lot of shit is very like accurate. That's how you know there's something very powerful and divine, but then it make me start wanting to chip away. And I hate that I'm like that because it's like, man, what if I'm wrong? And God, I ain't trying to be questioning you. Yeah. But it's like, I be also thinking like, if you're God and you're perfect, bro, there's nothing you can do wrong, bro. This is one of my biggest things I always wonder. If you're perfect, you can make things exactly how you want them. When you created heaven and hell, when you created the heavens and you created the earth and you put Adam and Eve here, how did you create Satan? How did you create an angel that turned on you?
So this is my perspective, and I might get some slack for this. People might not agree with it, but follow. My idea is, so think about energy, right? Energy can't be destroyed nor created. Like whatever exists. That's what it is, right? And was here basically from the beginning of time, just transferred from one source to another, right? When you think about energy, you're thinking, there's electrical, kinetic, potential. We got atoms, molecules, all this shit. Literally everything has some form of energy in it. Table, iPad, us as humans, everything. Energy is also connected. So, atoms, molecule, even the air. So technically, my hand has atoms, protons, neutrons, all that shit, all in between and up to your hand. If you think about the definition of God, like how God is defined, and you take the personification off of it, you take it so that it's not a him or her or a person, but just a being. And you look at the definition where it's like God is all knowing, God is everything, God is everywhere. To me, it sounds like energy.
100%.
Right? It makes sense to me that in the Bible it says something like you won't understand God or God is beyond our understanding. Something to that effect. Yeah, I don't want to mess it up, but it's something similar to there where it's like, why even wonder? Like, the bottom line to me is I know I don't need a book to navigate my life. I could feel what's right and what's wrong. And if energy, which is completely like not understood by humans, we scientifically, we have theories and stuff, but we haven't gotten into it deep enough to understand exactly what it is.
Yeah, but he also say he made us in his image. So it's like our look is as of his look. So it makes you shape it in a human form, and then it's...
I don't believe that though.
Yeah, that's where the books become possibly very faulty when it comes to stuff like that, or like, are dinosaurs real or not? Because it's like, according to, if you really look at the Bible, none of that shit exists in there. If Earth has started like that, or did that start after, everything done died out?
Okay, let me rephrase. I think the way the Bible is written is, it was written and then there were people that put their own agendas into it. So like Constantine, for example, and King James, like each person got the Bible and did some stuff with it. So we got that. There's also the interpretation of what it could possibly mean. So it's damn near impossible for us today to look at the Bible and say, I know exactly what they were talking about, because they was talking in parables a lot of times. Then at the same time, it's transferred between all these different languages.
Literally.
So it's like, was it really meant for us to 100% understand? So like you said, if the concept of God is out there in the world, how much of this book is truly meant for us to understand literally? Like, that doesn't make sense, right?
For sure. I got a question. Do you think the world would be a better place if the world was completely at peace?
I don't know. And I almost feel like maybe not, just simply because you need something to contrast against.
100%.
Like you need, that's the measurement of improvement, the measurement of good is contrasting it against something else.
100%. I think it's very impossible to have a world of straight peace. Or even if we did, if today we could stop it all right now and the whole world can be at peace and equal, we will be living in our worst times ever in that dynamic.
How do we define peace in that question, though?
If all violence was the end, all disease was the end, there was enough money for everybody to eat, everybody had a fair pay, the world would destruct literally in less than probably a few months.
So I would say the way we are now, 100% would destruct. But I think for a time, maybe not like infinitely, but if we didn't know the world that we have today, like if it was like we Aboriginal type people living off the land and shit, I feel like that it would probably just reset the clock to where, we advance as a civilization until one tribe gets to be too powerful and then enslaves another tribe.
But then I'm saying with no power, like it's straight an equal world. Everybody is loving, everybody's charming, everybody got enough money to go get resources and all that. The world would never last that way.
So you don't think that if we wasn't what we are now, like, I feel like what would contribute to that is because of, like, we've been this way for so long, like fiending for power.
No, I just think even population-wise, if everybody had enough money to eat, we'd run out of food. If you could feed everybody, there wouldn't be enough food supply. Right. If nobody was committing acts of violence, we would overpopulate.
Yeah.
100%. Like, and that's another thing that contradict, religion and me, because if, say, Adam didn't bite the apple, we never seen good or bad, and nobody was supposed to die, there was supposed to be no sin, the world would be overpopulated. The world would be, we'll be stuck next to each other like this right now, where nobody being able to move, it wouldn't make sense. Like,
so I agree with you there. I was thinking in that example that all of that stuff didn't exist. So I agree with that. But at the same time, I think humans intervening is probably what contributed to that concept. Because, like, basically, we've stamped out evolution to a certain extent. Because, like, at some point in time, a child was sick and would die. If you got, I don't know, whatever, illness or whatever, you would die. Now we have medicine and all types of technology to help you to live longer. So it's like, yeah, if we had everything, we would.
It would be bad, and that's why it's fucked up. But you need murder. No, I'm not even on no funny shit, bro. I'm literally dead ass, bro. We would overpopulate if you didn't have thousands of people dying every day.
I agree.
It would not, bro. The airports would be overpacked. The traffic in the streets
today. So we're saying today, the way the world is right now.
Any point in life, and like you said, if humans came in civilization, think about any civilization before us. It was not created without murder. From animals, if dinosaurs are real, if these reptilian breeds before the dinosaurs, according to this documentary I seen, it's been murder from the very giddy up. It makes no sense. In the wild, you have to have animals that was born to kill, because if you didn't, it would be overpopulated. So, and I feel like humans are the same thing, part of that same system, but we just got more consciousness to think about things a little more. But the world would not make sense, bro, without it. You would not have a equal balance, bro. We'll be overpopulated. It just wouldn't be no way to work, bro. That's why it's like, how can this world not have evil? It's meant, bro. All this shit is meant to me. Like, it's sad and it's fucked up because we're thinking, that's why we're people who think with our heart. We're thinking, oh, this is messed up. But a world leader does not look at it that way, bro. Somebody who click that button and, bro, bomb that shit. But he know there's 300,000 kids in this country, and this is all about getting some oil from around this motherfucker. You gotta not care, bro.
That makes sense. Like, I don't know if I agree with it, but
it's not agree, but it's gotta be how they think. It's the only way to make it work, bro. Been murder forever, bro. From the ocean to the land, something is getting killed by something else.
Yeah. So like in today's times, with the medicine and the medical stuff that we have, resources, everything, if we had 100% peace and everybody had the money to pay for whatever resources, in that scenario, I 100% believe that would be our destruction.
100%. Nothing will hold value. Nothing would matter. Nothing would matter because it's all obtainable. Love wouldn't even have no leverage.
So there's no solution for the world that we live in?
I feel like it is the only way. I mean, things to operate better, like technology and the different things we create is killing the planet. Like if we didn't gain as many resources, if we didn't get as many intelligence, that's what's killing us. Like the internet, AI, global warming, the vehicles we're making and the food that we're processing, all that. If we take all that out the way, we're in a healthier civilization. And but you cannot take out, the natural ways of life, the natural instincts. I think, just for instance, somebody that's born with a schizophrenic person being born didn't ask to be that.
Right.
Didn't ask to be a serial killer, bro. And we can sit here and say, but better. We don't know what it feel like because we're not in them shoes.
Right. We
have no clue what that feel like for somebody who have visions and think what they're doing is right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they can't beat the urge. It's no different than at a point in time, like you say, fucking all these bitches. I can't beat the urge. You know what I'm saying? It's the way I was designed, that this is what I like. And it take a lot I had to hit rock bottom before I can switch it around. You know what I'm saying? So what's the difference with this dude who thinks, being a serial killer, he can't help the shit?
So what do we do about those people? I mean, because there's different layers of it, right? Like there's the dude did like murders and shit, and then there's like, fucking bitches. Like we can't say the same penalty for both acts.
No, I mean he still has to go to jail. It's the law of the land. He gotta get, put up out of here at the end of the day. But it's just like he was born this way. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody who was put here to help for the help, put his mark on, the world to keep it going the way that it goes. Like, that's how I feel about that, for sure. Like, I think there's bugs and shit who's born just for, like, quick agendas, bro. Like, they're just born to do something real quick and then die.
Yeah, that's like, I can't think of none specific. I know, like, the locusts, literally, they're alive, it was like a day for some of them, or a few hours, and then they die off. And
like the moths, certain moths, they can't even eat. Yeah. They're just here to do their little job real quick, reproduce, and then die the next day. Like,
basically be food for whatever.
Exactly, to feed somebody else and do all this. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need these animals to get killed to fertilize this, to help this, to do this, and everything tie in, bro. Yeah. Dead ass, bro.
All right. I want to shift gears just real quick. We could shift back to similar topics, but I'm curious. How do we get this Hardo? This Hardo that I'm talking to, because I've never seen this Hardo on any other interview or TV or nothing.
It's like, crazy. I was telling somebody, bro, like, people don't really know the real me, bro. Like, I'm really one of them dudes, like I was saying earlier. I never cared about fame and shit like that, bro. I'm really like a more shy, chilled, laid back dude, bro. I'm not really this outgoing person, bro. And I said recently, man, I gotta start, now that we're in the era of podcasts, that I want to start doing that more so people really understand, who I am. But I always really been like a intelligent dude. Like, that's why I think parenting is serious. Like, I had my dad at the crib, and I see how that, turned me into a man compared to people without it. I was influenced by my friends, so, I'm selling drugs, I'm getting deep in, I turned into what I really am. At the end of the day, I lived in the hood, but like I always had, that foundation at home that put that thing in my head that wanted me to still, once I realized the water was hot, to try to figure a way to make it out. Like, I remember being 18 and we getting some money. It didn't take me to have to get in trouble to feel like, bro, our phones could get tapped. Bro, like, we really getting some bread. I'm smart enough to know from foundation at home, and I'm watching movies, I'm seeing different shit. Oh, these dudes are getting indicted. They was on the phone calls. And I remember literally being at my friend's crib, and I'm like, bro, we gotta stop calling each other, bro. Like we getting a couple dollars, bro. Like, we can get indicted. And I remember my friends like, nigga, we're 20 years old, we're 18. You think we're gonna get indicted? You know how many other people out here is doing this? Do you think they care about us? And they ain't want to listen to me, bro. And I really was off that shit, like, all right, that's on y'all, bro. And I didn't get indicted. And all my homies got indicted. And, I went to jail and shit on some unrelated charges. But every time I would talk to them, they'd be like, bro, that's crazy, bro. We used to really be trying to act like you just saying shit. You feel me? So, like, I always been, like, conscious of everything. And like I said, my grandparents was religious. So I grew up around mannerism, foundation, and, being able to observe and see, what this shit's costing other people. Then, I go do my time, and, I'm observing shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm soaking shit in like a sponge. I'm talking to, different inmates. I'm popping with the music. So when I get into jail, I'm not coming in as just a regular dude. I'm coming in, I'm littest dude in the city. So when I hit the state, I think there's OGs up there that know that I'm just hit the yard and, yo, check it out, youngin'. I'm doing laps, and they telling me, bro, I've been here 20 years, bro. I wish I had your opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, blah, blah, and they giving me nothing but game, bro. And you soaking it in, and it's like, you get on the internet, you see a little dude, 20, bro, like, crash out, and the judge be 80 years, and he passing out, and it's like, I feel that shit, bro. Like, I feel it, bro. And people laugh, and they think that shit funny, because you ain't in those shoes, bro. When you in them shoes, that shit hurt, bro. That shit gonna hurt bad, and it's like, I don't want to end up like that, but it's like, getting in the game, I knew if it come to that, I gotta take what, come with the game at the same time. You gotta be honorable if this is what you choose to do. But, I know it hurt, bro. And when you smart, bro, you gotta figure how to get out. And missing my son's births and going to jail in the middle of that and knowing they need me and shit. And it's like, bro, you gotta change it. And also watching people die out of nowhere. They turning 50, 60, get sick out of nowhere. And I'm looking like, damn, I'm 30 something now, bro. Time flying. So you got to think, damn, dude died. Oh, he was eating this and doing this down the third, and you think it won't happen, but you keep seeing it happen. Yeah. And it's like, that made me like, oh, now let me get on my vitamins now, bro. Let me get on it now before this shit too late, bro.
Yeah.
So all that shit helped me, become a better person, bro.
Yeah. So just so you can hear, I don't know if you ever spoke to anybody else, but like from me to you, I literally had a stroke last year.
Oh damn, no, I
At
ain't
the
never
age
heard
of
that.
43? Yeah, I was 43. I had a stroke. And doctors don't know why. Still to this day, neurologists and everybody, they can't figure it out. But yeah, 43, had a stroke, gotta take meds for the rest of my life. It's not like high cholesterol. As far as the doctors understand, it ain't got nothing to do with me eating or anything like that. Although, if my diet was better and if I was like had better, say, cardiovascular health, so like running laps daily, weekly, or whatever, then it probably would have assisted in preventing it. But I say that to say everything that you talking right now is real, 100%. Because like being at that age,
You wouldn't have seen that shit coming at all. Straight up. And then I feel like, doctors don't always put us on game early. At the end of the day, that's still a system. It's like, it's a blessing to hopefully find a doctor that's being honest with us or being real with us and really trying to save our life, or a doctor that may just keep you stagnant.
what do you got to say to the people to say it's just a paradigm? Like it's just a perspective of you specifically, and that there are other Black people in the community that don't face those issues simply because they see it different.
As far as what?
So like, how they compare like Africans, when Africans come to America, they don't face the same issue that we have. Or like the Trump supporter MAGA dudes that's like, a Black Trump supporter that's like, oh, I don't face those issues. It's only, the Black people in these situations that see the world like this.
Yeah, I mean, some of them people just may not, depending on, the luck of the draw or where they happen to be from or what they care about or what they don't. You feel me? Yeah, a lot of stuff in our community is self-inflicted nowadays, but it's still because the feds wasn't in those communities where those people were killing their leaders for no apparent reason. They weren't putting drugs in y'all communities, and they weren't giving y'all the time that we get. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we really got times where you might just be walking through your neighborhood as a father, and because they just got a call, a Black man just murdered somebody, they pull up on you, and now you got that life sentence for something you completely have absolutely nothing to do with.
Just luck of the
You know
draw.
what I'm saying?
Like
The
you said.
schooling, any of that, like everything has been systematically built to just keep you at a certain place that if you happen to be this Black dude in this white community, you get the luxuries of what they may be doing. And honestly, they probably were bullying you and all types of stuff until they became a brother to them. You know what I'm saying? You became a friend to them, but at first they probably didn't even like you until you just became acceptable around that. Like, so that's why I think they be, it's that paradigm behind that.
Yeah, I didn't even realize we kind of touched on the topic I wanted to talk about, but I feel like we kind of wrapped it up. So the concept, am I my brother's keeper? Do you consider yourself your brother's keeper?
And it just depends on how you want to phrase it, like as far as what, like just period, like in somewhat of a stigma, yeah, but I feel like people gotta hold their own. Like we get to a point where you really gotta hold your own. You gotta be the man of your own household and your own family, and you have to be your own keeper first and foremost.
Now, don't that contradict what we was just talking about? How can you have two coexisting at the same time?
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you still you have to basically you have to still be informative and try for your people 100%. But you cannot continue to be that one person's crutch for a lifetime.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yes, you should be there for them. You should be their crutch. But once you see somebody ain't in it to mentally get to another level, you got to let them hit their head until they choose to really see the light correctly.
Yeah.
And then you can really be their keeper. But it's hard to just sit there and be the crutch for people who don't care. But trying to get out the message is like, yeah, I'm gonna focus on myself first, most importantly, but I'm still broadly trying to cast this message to all my people. And, you know, there's people who's gonna grab onto it. Right. And those are the people that, you know, you end up building that community with. So yes, you're the keeper of people who choose to be into this gated community, 100%.
I feel like that's a good segue for the fame conversation. Because, I mean, I'm sure just from the little bit I've received since I went viral of people just asking for favors and stuff is crazy. What was your first experience of feeling like, damn, I'm famous, or like I'm known like far beyond average? Like, how did you feel inside?
My shit was fast, bro. And I really like, dropped my first records in 2011. Trapped Out was my first song.
That was with
it was with me and Deasley. No, me and Deasley dropped this song called Trapped Out.
Okay.
And we dropped that, and like I said, bro, we wasn't doing it for fame. Just was doing it because we knew how to rap. We around others that rap. We put it out. I'm 18. I went to like club questions, and there was people really like, yo, what's up, them is the Trapped Out boys? What's up with y'all? This down the third. So I'm just like, oh, people know the song. Yeah. And, you know, that was like something that made me want to do it, you know, more. At the time, like I was on one of Mac Miller's tapes before he was even famous. He was Easy Mac at the time. Like, I'm not thinking about no rap shit or nothing like that. I dropped Cutthroat. I went to jail right after that dropped. So I remember my dad writing me like, son, you going viral. You on World Star. That video just went on World Star. It got 250,000 views already, like in the first couple days. And this down the third, I'm up Camp Hill at the time. You know what I'm saying? That's like the classification center upstate. Yeah. And next thing you know, now I'm getting on the phone because through the process and coming from the county all the way to Camp Hill, been like a month and a half since I've been able to get on the phone. You got to put in the phone list, all this bullshit. Now I'm finally getting on the phone and people telling me like, bro, you know, that joint going crazy. So I'm still not really grasping what's going on. I get to Rockview to a state jail. Now there's people up there when I get there, and that's when they're, yo, Hardo, this, down the third, yeah, you know, yeah, you turning up for the city. Like, and that's when, you know, the old heads is moving around hollering at me, but, you know, I'm just soaking in it in jail.
So you became a celebrity in jail?
In jail, bro. Wow. I came home October 23rd, 2012. I made a Twitter account and, you know, just was putting, I'm at the crib and my Twitter account just is flooding, and Mac Miller messaged me like, check your messages and all that. So imagine, I ain't talked to Mac since we was in school. So I'm thinking it's fake, bro. I don't even really know what the hell going on. I end up calling, it's really Mac. And he just like, bro, you going crazy. It's turning up. Where you at, bro? Like, I'm trying to get with you. I tell him like I'm in the halfway house and all that, man. And I finally get out the halfway house and I had a welcome home party. And that's when I first was like, oh, hold up. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, bro, welcome home party, packed to capacity. Got Mac flying in, trying to get with me, bringing me to LA. I done met my management off the jump, Barry and Zeke. Like, I just got right into place from the very...
You already had a manager or?
No, like, I mean, I had like, you know, just little shit going on. But when I came home, Mac was like, yo, Barry want to manage you. Fuck with him for sure. Like, so, you know, this is Mac Miller. You telling me to do this? That's what it is. Like, and that's really like him and Zeke, met Barry and Zeke, was my managers from that very moment. And like, they really helped, you know, shape me into, you know, the man I am today. Like, I had my dad, but, you know, my dad being from the hood and, you know, being a good dad, but not able to really tell me about the world because he ain't traveling, he ain't doing all this down the third. So when I met them is when it's like, all right, I already know the street stuff and how to be a man. And they're the ones who really installed in me everything else. Like, I met Barry and probably in the first few months, he made me a Credit Karma. I'm like 20, I don't even know what Credit Karma is, bro. So he doing all this shit from the very jump, just shaping my future and installing that in my head about, you know, the streets, and he's seeing it from both sides and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But that's when I first realized, like, oh yeah, I'm really lit. And then he threw me put together a show at the Rex Theater. And, you know, that was when I really was like, oh yeah, this is retarded, bro. We had Stillers in there, you had that spot hold like 600 people. It's like to capacity with another like 200 people outside. And that's when I'm like, oh shit, I'm really lit like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was from the very beginning of my stretch.
That had to be a crazy ass experience, bro.
Bro, it was from the beginning, bro.
Was there anything scary about it? Anything that made you feel like apprehensive, like hesitant?
Yeah, because I was already like standoffish. I ain't like the lamb. I like to be flashy, but I like where I'm comfortable. I don't like the uncomfortableness. So like I was not comfortable. Like I was nervous doing shows. I couldn't give my all because it was weird to me.
Bro.
And trying to talk to these people and being from jail to the streets to this. And these is moments where I wasn't developed to do the right thing completely yet. So now I'm popping. I'm, trying to be a better person, but I am beefing. I am in the streets, but now it's on a spotlight. Now the city's seeing this. So now I'm really feeling like I gotta prove I'm this gangster now. Like, you feel me? So now I'm got the stigma of 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? And I hated that people would, might see me in traffic or look. Now I don't know if this is behind beefing or is you a fan?
Yeah.
So it was too much anxiety dealing with people who's just, simply just looking at me.
Right.
So that made me like get in the show. I didn't like to be in the public at that time. Like I stopped liking to really come around or go out because it's all eyes on me at all times, bro. And I don't know who's who or what's what. And I'm thinking deep into everything at that point. So like that was one thing I really hated about the spotlight.
Bro. So I was hoping that you would say something similar. I won't say I broke down, but I had almost like an anxiety attack a couple days ago. And I'm gonna preface that by saying I know shit that I'm going through right now is like nothing compared to what you went through, I'm sure. But this is the first time, and I'm glad I mentioned the conversation about my wife being the first time I felt like real unselfish love, right?
Yeah.
So I'm I'm editing on my computer, and I think I get a text message from Real Deal. And he's like, yo, bro, the podcast is doing dope. Matter of fact, maybe it was yesterday? No, day before that. Maybe. I don't know, one of them days. He's like, yo, the podcast is doing dope. I'm like, yo, that's what's up. I appreciate it. Thanks, bro. I look online, it's Sue K. Like, yo, love you, bro. Thank you so much. Like, yeah, bet. Check my inbox, somebody else send a message. Yo, the pod is crazy. Like random people, probably about 10 messages. Pod is crazy. I love it. This is just after going down Juneteenth. So my head is naturally on a swivel. I don't like to be in large crowds. Like, my whole thing is I have my wife and kids, and me back in the day, not saying like I was into crazy stuff, but there could be some people here or there.
Yeah, you just never know
So I'm like looking around, scanning the crowd. Random dude just walk up to me. Yo, bro, you gotta get me on the podcast. Yo, it's dope. I appreciate you. Do your thing. Brother Ash, I didn't even notice Brother Ash. He was like out the corner of my eye. He walks up. Yo, bro, I'm proud of you. I'm like, all these people that I don't even recognize who they are to the last minute they get up to me. So that was one thing. I was already kind of anxious from dealing with that. When I get home, I got all these people that's like showing love. People that, like I said, 2 months ago, I wasn't hearing from. I literally had to sit down. I sat on the floor and I was talking to my wife. I'm like, baby, I don't know if I could deal with this. Cause I'm used to being in the house and I built myself up to be my own biggest supporter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm just used to me picking up weight and fucking carrying it on my own, and I don't need your love, I got me.
For real,
you know
bro.
what I mean? The anxiety of it, bro.
It's crazy. I done felt the same way. Like there be days of show day where I be like, I really want to do this. Fuck the money and the dreams. Like I do not like this public shit. Like I do not like it, bro. I really commend people who get in these crowds and they just love the energy. Me, like I really gotta be faded or something. Like where I don't. Now though it's weird at this age and point in my life, it's super easy because I've been in it so long. So now
that's what I was thinking.
It's cool, like, but I still get the butterflies a little bit, but it's easy for me to get up there now and do what I gotta do, know how to talk, know how to perform. But bro, it took a long, long time, bro, to get there, bro.
Did you used to have to like at whatever point in time, like take shots or something or smoke?
Hell yeah,
or
I had to get
like,
fake. And it's like I would still be sober because I'm so nervous that I'm absorbing this shit. I'm not even feeling it. Like, there's a time I did a show, South by Southwest. I went to perform without the vocals. Like, so it's like, you know, I stepped it up to where I'm just the beat with the ad-libs and a few vocals that it'll be your catching breath points. You feel me? And I got on the stage, I'm nervous. I just completely I just had a lot. I got did too much anxiety. I couldn't remember the lyrics. Bro, I'm sweating my life away. I'm like, next song, the beat come on, I say like the first two lyrics and I get stuff running back. I do it like two, and I just walked off the stage. It was so embarrassing, bro. That I'm just like, damn, bro. Like,
oh man, I 1000% can relate to that. That is the most illest shit to go through when my issue was always like rapping in front of somebody. So if it's just like me and you one-on-one, like somebody, yo, bro, can rap, go ahead, spit something. And I'm looking you in your eyes, middle of the verse, just can't do it, bro.
Weird, bro.
To be on stage, I'm trying to think, was there a moment it was at the Shadow Lounge. I was performing for Cali Gold. I got drunk out of my mind. I usually would take shots and shit like that, you know, just to clear the anxiety. I got drunk out of my mind. And when I would perform, I used to want to perform with my DJ. And that was my thing for my nervousness or whatever, because I knew me and my DJ, I could tell him to chop it up, play around with it or whatever till I get the words right. I didn't have my DJ. It was just a dude on the CD.
Yeah.
I'm drunk, completely fucked up the show, like lost the lyrics, like, oh, I fucked up, just skip it to the next song.
That shit be the worst, bro.
But I was so drunk, I didn't care, like, about the show and fucking up. I was just like, whatever, go to the next song. But yeah, that, just being an artist, and I can't imagine, like South by Southwest, it had to be thousands of people, right?
Bro, no, it was like a little small venue, but it was probably like 200 people in there. And it was intimate, and they're just looking. And I'm just, bro, I folded, bro. Mind you, then I'm in front of my booking agent. It's his first time being at a show to see me perform. It was the worst, bro.
Man, I couldn't. You bounced back from it though, right?
Oh yeah, I bounced back. So, I bounced back, bro.
For the audience, like, if you lose it, there's always...
Yeah, that show though, I bombed that one. That shit was...
So, what advice would you give to somebody that, you know, if they going through that right now? Like...
If you care about this shit, bro, you gotta rehearse. You gotta practice. Like, you have to rehearse, and rehearsing is not a day. It's not two. You have to find time out your day, at least every few days, every day, bro, and rehearse to where it just comes as a practice. You gotta really know what you're gonna say, really know what you're gonna do, because when you go up there, just trying to figure it out, if you're not somebody who's just gifted with a gab to just connect, then rehearse, bro. Rehearse.
So you got that shit like muscle memory, basically.
Yeah, now it's like, I know different sets of how to go about it, what's my talking points, or the type of style of set nowadays, you feel me? And it's like, now that I make more grown-up music or more meaningful shit, it connect different. It's easier to talk to people when you speaking, you know, shit about growth and shit like that, like different than when, you know, my sets was more grittier and street shit. So now you got to get up here and talk all this street shit, and it's weird because I never glorified it, bro. I was in this shit because I had to be. Well, I ain't have to be. I just got into it, and that's what it was. And I never liked to sit on the stage and super glorify. I mean, I like to talk my shit in my music, but to be up there where the trap niggas at, and you know, my real street, like I don't like that shit, bro. I think that shit really goofy. You know what I'm saying? So it never sat right.
How you transition?
Just, you know, you grow up, bro.
Well, I mean, like your brand. Like you got so like T.R.A.P Illustrated, for example. Like, is that something that you thought about shifting from, or?
I mean, the meaning always been trying to rise above poverty. So, you know, that's what we illustrating at the end of the day. So, like, it's the trap we in. So it's like, far as the culture, the streets, that's gonna always be the imprint for me to bridge that gap to help you know, myself and different youngins try to transition into the game. So like, you know, people don't know I've been behind a lot of artists, a lot of them. And I would sit back and really not vocally say that I'm a part of it because people might hate and not support because I'm a part of it. Like I also learned like the stigma of Pittsburgh music. They really loved me when I was young. Cause I get it. When I jumped in a Benz and you know all that shit, young with jewelry on and all that shit. Though none of that shit mean nothing as an artist, but people love you when you're young because they might not take you as a threat, and I don't mean like a threat in a violent way. But when you get more mature, you older, now you having cribs and you really a man, people don't like to support that, especially if you flashy and got some money or some shit like that, because people get jealous of it. People don't want their women to support you. Like there might be girls who are a fan of you, but they got to deal with the issues at home. Oh, why you a fan of his music? Why you listening to that nigga? You must like just because it's locally around them.
Yeah.
So it's like a nigga feel away his girl listening to your music. Now she can't be on your comments showing you love. She can't share your music. But if you is a rapper who is young, it's cool because that's little bruh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you a rapper who, for instance, like a Jimmy Wopo, ain't flashy. You know, he got a shoestring as a belt, no shirt on, his socks is mismatched. Yeah, he still fuck your bitch, but the average nigga might not think so. He might think, oh, my girl ain't attracted to him. Yeah, we love Wopo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when you flashy, bro, you got a rollie on and all that, that shit strikes fear into a person that's in your community on your support. Like it take a strong person that, you know, want to support you for real. And so with these young artists, I was having a lot of them under my imprint. And I would say, we not going to rep the brand right now. We're going to wait till it get to where we needed to get to before people know that. Because simple fans who's going to be fans of you, if they see I'm attached to it, they might shy off of it because it's helping me. It's helping me.
Is that like a local version? Not local, but like a smaller version of like an industry plant?
Kind of, bro. It really is. It really kind of is, to be 100. But I try to make sure it's like artists who already doing a thing and working. It's like a lot of it ain't work out because we dealing with, you know, the same shit I was dealing with. It's hard for them to keep 2 feet in. You know, they going to jail in the middle of me spending money and I'm doing this, that, and the third, or they can't quit beefing. And now I used to be that person.
Yeah.
So now I see, damn, that's why my manager used to trip about. Like, how you going to jail while we doing all this? You taking the food off my family's table. Yeah. If you choose to not care about your family, that's on you. But, bro, I'm putting my blood and sweat in this shit, bro. You fucking my family up. Fuck you and yours if that's what you want to do, bro. Yeah. So now that's how I see it. Like, damn, like I can't be sitting here trying to hold somebody's hand the whole time, bro. If you ain't trying to do this, bro, this shit is really business, bro.
Man, this is crazy. I literally feel like, maybe this tied to the religion conversation or whatever, but most of the stuff we talked about, it feels like God or something is talking through you to me right now, because all these situations I've been through recently, like with this podcast, man, this is my second attempt recently. First attempt was a whole bunch of people and me investing all my money, and they all my people, my bros, my sisters, all that, but they wasn't taking it as serious as me, obviously, because it was my money. But same exact narrative, bro.
That's
and
how
I'm
that
like,
shit be, bro.
Come on, what you mean you late, bro? What you mean you not gonna be here and you telling me at the last minute, like?
Yeah, that's how I be, bro. You gotta really narrow this shit down, bro.
Man, that's nuts. So, I really want to be able to help local artists. I understand it's difficult to help people that don't understand or think they know everything.
Yeah, that's like the era we in right now.
Yeah, like, I don't know, because in my mind I know the recipe, but what's Hardo's recipe? Let's say there's Joe Schmo that got him a little Pro Tools set up at home. What would be your advice? Or like, if you had it to do all over again before you went viral, like, is there a recipe or something that you could tell, hey, do this, and it may not necessarily end up in you being successful, but follow this, and as long as you're consistent, you'll
It's really, like you said, it's hard to say because every person's walk is different. So
Yeah.
like, I don't like people who say, you know, deal with us or pay us. We make stars.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to say how to make it.
Yeah.
Because everybody's walk is different. But I would say, you know, most of the time, quality over quantity always. You know what I'm saying? But it's music that is just quantity. It wasn't about the quality.
Yeah.
It was just about the moment of the feeling. But also like feet on land. Like nowadays people want to sit on the internet and you think just posting your song to the internet. Oh, you shot this video, the song is hard to you. Oh, everybody's not sharing it.
Yeah.
Like you have to put your feet on the land, bro. You have to get in these clubs, have that DJ playing his music, going to these little spots, performing. You have to get in their face and beat it in their heads. Like we used to get out here and put it in their face.
Working a record. So what you just mentioned, talking about like going up to DJs and stuff, right? I remember a time, I'm not sure if you were included in this or not, you may have been, but I remember a time when, matter of fact, who was I just telling? Franchise. I was just telling Franchise that between Mac, the Come Up, Varsity Squad, I think was in there, 58s in general, but there was a moment when it seemed like everybody was torn, and S Money.
Yeah.
It seemed like everybody was traveling, like Virginia, Detroit, Ohio, doing shows and stuff like that. To me, it just seemed like somebody was waving a magic wand and all of a sudden, you know, niggas is on tour.
Yeah.
Is there like a specific process? Like what was done to like, quote unquote, work a record?
It's the hard work put in provides the opportunities. But for instance, if you work in a club record, a street record, usually for the club, not just street record, but you know, a club type record, wherever that may be, or feel like you gotta get in these spots, you gotta get with these DJs, and you can't just think about you all the time. What could you do for them? You know what I'm saying? Throw them a couple dollars. Yo, I got drops for you. You know, you doing this, like you showing them love. You know what I'm saying? You have to go to different cities. So now you rocking out with this DJ, showing him love all the time. Like for instance, we try and break Trapped Out and all that, getting it popping once we seeing people like it. You know, we paying DJ Schizo, this, that, and the third. So he's seeing how much love we showing him. That now he hitting, I got an opportunity. My man's, he a DJ up in Ohio. Yo, y'all should go do this show up there, you feel me? And that's how that shit start working. If you're somebody, say a J. Cole, you're a conscious rapper where your music's not built for the club. That's music for intimate settings. You going to these talent shows, you going to these spots where, you know, it's 10 performers here. There's they got judges here. Cause guess what? You don't need 500 people. 4 people in that crowd that you could connect with turn from them 4 leaving that spot like, yo, man, we seen this one dude, bro. So now they telling their friends. They told 3 other people. Now, you know how it is when you find something new that you like and your homie get in the car, you can't wait to put that on so he could get onto it or hit somebody up in a group chat and, bro, listen to this, bro. Like, and that's how it goes. So now it's spreading and spreading and spreading. So when you're doing that type of music, you go get in their face, bro. It's just all of those different ways where it's better in person than to sit on the internet. Though the internet can help you and you might get lucky with a certain post and stuff like that. But if you putting that feet on the land, that's the best way, hands down, to work your record in the environment that you got to also know your fan base. You got to know who are you targeting. Some people just get out here thinking they're targeting everybody. You're not targeting everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out here, find your target. Wiz knew his target. It wasn't in the hood. It wasn't there. You going around all of this. You hitting all of this outside shit where you know it makes sense for you. So you got to know your target audience.
So to carry that a little bit further for the audience, so this podcast, I'll use this as an example. Right now, my views for, we'll say the past, 3 weeks, I'm at about 1.5 million, right? So a lot of people had this idea that, you know, if you're going to make a podcast, you put the clips out. Oh, that's it. You blew up if you went viral. I didn't blow up. No brand sponsorships is calling, nothing like that. And the reason why is because the clips are not the product. The product is the actual, well, first of all, the product technically is me, but it's the actual podcast. So I have to be able to sell items. Like if somebody says, what was one of the brand offers? Say gym membership or Alpha Greens, like some of that type shit. I have to be able to have a product here, put it in front of the camera and tell people, hey, buy this product. And because they trust me, they'll go out and buy it, right? If I do that right now, they're not going to buy it. In fact, if I put it in a clip, it might get 500 views, mostly because they're watching the clips that are controversial and shit like that.
Yeah, we turned into, it's weird, man. We're in a generation where it's not just you, it's all of us. It's a generation now where the attention span is short. Yeah. So that's how it is. And YouTube, even the biggest of celebrities, most of the number counts is fake these days. Yeah. It's just what it is. So it's weird. Most deals and stuff people are gaining or like on podcasts and all that is from mostly the look of it from, I believe, Instagram, TikTok and all of that is what brings it all in. But I feel like it's, you know, what's the niche what people feel like they coming to you for, this, that, and the third. Like I even look at like Wallow and Gilly. Before the podcast really blew, it was an internet presence first. Like you knew when you go on to Wallow's page or Gilly's page, they just really spitting so much real game that it's just connecting with people. Yeah. It's just super connecting. Like the things that when you click on a page, you know you really getting some game today. Yeah. So it's like, as a podcast, I was telling a friend, like if I did a podcast, I would make sure my research on the game that I'm giving is undeniable. So when you come see a post, you don't have to know me. You don't have to be a fan of me. You don't have to know anything. But that post was so valuable that you had to share it because it connected with what you're doing. Like I tell people, everybody can connect to having money. Yeah. Everybody can connect to struggle, though. Everybody can connect to pain. Yeah. You know, everybody connect to trying. So like in those things, I feel like, you know, if somebody's shaping out or you putting up certain posts that, but at the end of the day, it's growing. What you're doing at the end of the day is it is getting there. We might not see it, we might not feel it, but shit, look, I'm here at the end of the day. Like you said, look how many people hit you up and is reaching out. Yeah. So it's like, we see it. Yeah. So boom, now it come from me. I know I'm influential. People might not always credit it, but now motherfuckers see, oh damn, Hardo on there. Let me go hit him up now. You feel me? Facts, so that's just how the game go. Then it just keep going. Yeah, keep going.
I think the point I was trying to get to is mostly that it's not that I'm not reaching my target, but more so my target is like nerds, we'll say. The intellectuals that want to listen to 3 hour long, maybe not at once, 1 hour, half hour, you know, while you working out, while you driving or whatever else, at work, doing blue collar work. People that want to listen to these long podcasts where just the concept of curating the people that will buy specifically what you're selling.
100%. And I feel like it's clickbait is why it would help number count. Yeah. It depends on what that little segment of that conversation was and what's the last word that it stopped on. Yeah. Now it's like, hold up, let me finish seeing what that motherfucker was saying. So now you got to go click on that shit. You have to go to the link now. So it's all about the finesse at the same time. Like, so shit like that. And I feel like as a podcast, there's certain ways to feed on land. Community services, different little things that a motherfucker could do. Now it come to, damn, should I get a venue, throw a little talent show, or it's just mad different shit. How to do something, you know what I'm saying? Different kids. It's just so much to think of. Damn, who's the next person I should bring on and for what? And what's the value and this, that, and the third, and how would it connect to the fans? Like, it's just so many different ways.
Yeah, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot in terms of like research and making sure that I stay on brand. Where like I do a lot of hip hop, mostly because that's my background and my network. But I don't want to be a hip hop podcast just simply because I don't want to put the people that I want to help in front of the people that I want to help. Like I want to bring on, let's just say 3 years from now, I want to be able to bring on an up-and-coming artist that's looking for a way out and put him in front of Joe Rogan numbers. I mean, where, hey, maybe somebody will watch this episode, but you've been grinding so hard. I see you. Let me talk to you here. This is the platform. Now, well, maybe not now, but a couple months ago, there's no reason for me to bring on somebody, you know, that's struggling, because it's like, I ain't really got that much of an audience. I can't really help you.
100%.
But at the same time, it's like I need to curate my guests to make sure that the conversations I'm having is reaching the people that we gonna sell these, you know, products to and all this. So
No, for real.
it's definitely a thing. What I was gonna say in there though, I noticed how wise you are when it comes to business. Like, you're a curious person. You was paying attention during your run, huh?
Oh, 100%, bro. 100%. I've been, like I said, I've been on some hustler boss mentality is what it always been, bro. So that's what I'm about, bro. I like to really be a background dude that just, you know, be about my business for real. But, you know, I like to shine too, you know, it's the culture. And I also feel like people do get that stigma wrong. Like, oh, you buy jewelry, that's a problem, or this, that, and the third. People who's wealthy don't want to shine, and this, that, and the third. That's on them. But let's be real. Like, you go to any tribe, any culture, bro, from Egyptians to African leaders, they don't look like the people that they're in power over. You know, they stand out from it at the end of the day. Yes, certain pieces will get you in a certain room. Certain watch you wearing will draw the attention of somebody who might give you a conversation strictly off of the type of timepiece you got on your wrist.
100%.
So you cannot get into the stigma of, oh, wealthy people, you see he got on these beat up shit. That's on him, bro.
Yeah.
That is on him that he want to live his life like that, bro. But you don't got to feel that way, bro.
I think it is, of course, paradigm, but it depends on like what's important to you in life too.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, if you working on relationships, like you said, building relationships and stuff, there's certain rooms and stuff like that where, like, if you got on a paddock or something like that, and you know, you walk in certain rooms, nobody knows what that is. Other rooms, like, oh shit, they might not even say nothing to you, but it's like,
they know what it is.
He one of us.
And you might be able to get a different conversation, bro.
Exactly.
You could pull it, and yeah, once you already got the billions, you could go pull up in your Honda.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do, because you who you are. But if you trying to get there, I mean, don't spend your money and go broke trying to do dumb stuff like. But yeah, if you like pulled up in a Ferrari to a meeting, you will be taking a little different seriously than pulling up in a Honda, bro.
Okay,
that's a fact.
So 10 years from now, Hardo's 44. Somewhere around there, 44, 45. Let's just say married. Family, all of that, and completely behind the scenes. Does Hardo still go out in the blinged out necklace, Trap Illustrated,
just timepiece probably, you feel me? Couple plain Janes. Some days might, you know, a little chain showing up under the shirt a little bit, but I don't know, it depends on how I feel, but you know, I do love, you know, the feeling of certain things though, so I might have a chain here and there.
That's the thing. I feel like, especially for us in the Black community, like I was never a big shoe guy. I got into shoes recently, and it's different. Like most of my shoes that I wear are like Walmart shoes, bro. $15, throw these on, go back and forth to work, I'm fine. Wearing Jordans, cleaning up, you know, matching head to toe, throw me a watch on. I got another wedding ring with ice all over it. Throw that joint on and go out.
You make you feel like
you feel like you could tackle the world.
For real, bro.
People look at, oh snap, they looking at me now.
That'll make you go harder, bro. It literally add fuel to the fire, bro.
Yeah. It's 100% a thing. I think people be in other people's business
too much. And then people be missing facts. You might be like, look at Bill Gates. He just got on these Walmart shoes and this white t-shirt jumping out of a van, but you don't even know he has on a anniversary 101 piece at that motherfucker. 700,000 just on the wrist, bro. Like, so you just never know, bro. Everybody's stunting some way, somehow, man.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I'm trying to think. There was a watch. I had no idea what it was. And somebody else told me, my boss I used to work for in a job before I had this one. Dude was basically rich. Like he had his own business outside of where he worked, but he had this watch. This looked like a plain old watch. Shit was like $45,000 or something.
That's what I'm saying. Then all that expensive stuff ain't for us. No way. Like, yeah, we getting presidentials and all that, but like one-on-ones and different pieces that they making, Tiger Face, Rolex and all that. Come on, man. That's for the elites, bro. There's the people y'all think ain't shining. Yeah. You just don't know what that shit is that he got on. That shit is something. Yeah. And it's very expensive.
You gotta like ball out at your level.
Yeah.
I got me I think a Chrono is what it's called. A Breitling. But it was like the 3,500 one, like on sale type shit. Stop right there. I ain't buying shit else after that. Man. So when I text you the Suke like animals, or actually we was on the phone, was like, I like animals too. What popped up in my mind is, do you like nature? Like
yes.
Outside and like trees, forests, and water and shit like that?
Love that shit, bro.
Fishing?
I just started recently going fishing, bro. So I'm just now like, getting in that point like where you say, we don't always got time for everything we want to do. Yeah. But now that my son's is a little older and things is easier, now we just went fishing, bro. Literally like 2 weeks ago.
Wow. You went up here?
Yeah, I forgot where I was at. I got the address. I went to some little lake out past Moroville. It was a nice little lake. Forgetting the area. I'm about to tell you right now. I texted to my homie that be fishing all the time.
If it was out past Moroville, it was either Loyal Hannah, Keystone.
It was BY Recreational Park Lake in Trafford.
No, I ain't heard that one. That's what's up. Y'all caught fish?
Brother, I must have had a terrible line because I ain't gonna stunt it. As soon as we was casting, fish was grabbing on, but they kept breaking the lines. But I didn't know, it's different type of lines. I'm on the phone getting a tutorial with somebody the whole time that I'm even trying to figure it out. So like in the back of my truck, I got all the equipment, but I got to go get some better, stronger lines and all that and go back out there.
So look, I throw this out to all my guests that ain't experienced it. Like I'm literally, like fishing has always been my thing since I was like 9. There was a point where I was literally practicing to go pro for bass fishing. Oh yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to get with you, man.
Yeah. Every year I take a group of friends, we go up to Erie, we fish for like steelhead, kind of like salmon, like this big. Yeah. It's like a nature thing where you walk like through the creeks with your waders on and stuff. Nothing but trees.
Do y'all take kids?
You can, yeah. Depends on how old. Sometimes the water get deep, but you definitely can. Like I take my kids up and we stay in the shallow water and stuff.
Okay.
Where do we go? We just took the kids up Memorial Day. We went to a lake. Me, my brother, and my pops, and all of them. Everybody, all the kids catching fish back to back.
Oh, you gotta let me know next time you do that, bro. Definitely, if I got the time, like to come.
Yeah, 100%. It's my thing. I like to connect and like my wife calls me a tree hugger. Yeah. So I'm the dude that if you catch like a mouse or a spider or something in the house, you can't kill it. Like put it in the cup, something, take it outside, release it in the neighbor yard or something. Yeah, don't kill it.
Yeah, I'll try to get their ass out of there.
Yeah. Like dogs, where I don't like. So if someone has really bad credit, like the people that every year they get income tax and they spend it on like furniture TVs or something like that. And then a few months later, they like back to begging for money, struggling, and my license is suspended and this and that. Those types of people, to me, in my experience, usually be the first ones to be like, I'm getting a new dog or I'm getting a new cat. That shit pissed me off, bro.
Those people just, they don't get it, bro. Every year they do the same thing. It's insanity, bro.
But them is the people that we gotta help though, that don't know no better, right?
Yeah, we try our best to.
Camping? You like camping?
I've never been camping though.
Huh?
Yeah, I have not been camping or hiking. Like I'm more of a deep researcher as far as, like I said, I ain't never really had the opportunity to get all the way out there because like, You be thinking we got enough time in the day, we don't. We look up, 5 years done passed while you locked in doing this, that, and the third, and every day, you know, it's routine. My kids is athletes, we're in sports around year, all day long. We're traveling for travel teams. We're doing this, we're doing that. Then I'm on some music stuff. Then I'm finally getting to chill and rest. So you don't get the full time to focus. Now I'm at a point where, you know, music, I'm always do it, but like I ain't really super on some artist stuff no more. So like, you know, I was spending a lot of time in the studio, a lot of time trying to put out a few albums a year and stuff like that. So now, you know, I slowed down where like I just told somebody probably at the end of this year, I think I'm gonna get off social media completely for a year. And I'm like, it's weird because the stigma will be like, people think something's wrong because you're completely just off a line. And I want to focus on life and nature and stuff like that. Cause like, bro, I'll be just most of the, if I could, I wish you can delete all your people you're following at once and I could just slowly build it. You know what I'm saying? Cause like most of the pages I just look at is me learning about things in the nature. Like if I was to get a job, like if I could, like when I'm 50 or something, I would want to work along the lines of something in the wild on some stuff like that, man, straight up.
That's dope as shit. Are you able to schedule out, like book far in advance? Like if I hit you like, yo, bro, we going camping like a month from now.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely add you to the list.
Oh, yeah, definitely let me know.
We be on that. Matter of fact, my son just hit me the other day, like, we still going camping? We used to go every year on Memorial Day. I had to push it out. We had some other stuff to come up, but we still supposed to go this summer before Labor Day.
Oh, yeah, let me know.
Just in general, though, like, I got a boat in front of my crib. Like, I goes, bro.
Yeah, you all the way on that. Yeah, I'm trying to get into it. Straight up. But, like, I done did, like, a couple little things. Like, I done swam with real sharks. Like,
you can swim?
Yeah, I can swim. I done really, like, went out in Dubai. And you could stay in a cage, and I believe they was tiger sharks. Like, yeah, like I got the videos and everything.
Were you scared?
No, I wasn't, bro. And you can either stay in the cage or you can get out the cage. And I got out the cage.
Yeah.
And went down in that water with them. Yeah.
Did you have like the scuba?
Yeah, I had a scuba. I was down there 45 minutes.
Oh,
straight up. I show you. It's weird.
Did you have to? They have to train you like how to breathe.
They had to train you for like. You had to train for like 45 minutes and they have to really feel that you know what I mean, was good at it. Cause it's like, it's weird. I see like one slip up down there. Oh, it's bad. And you can't just hurry up and shoot back up because of the different pressures, you know, that could kill you. So like you got to gradually, when you being down there so long, you got to spend time at certain levels to get your body pressures back to normal before you can even go to the surface.
Wow. How deep was you?
I forgot how many feet, but it was very, the tank is very big. It's probably like 5 tiger sharks in there, big manta rays. Like it's some big stuff in there.
Wow. That is an experience, man.
Like I'm right here on the rocks. So one of them is me. That's a big tiger shark. Real killer shark.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wish I could show the audience, like, this is crazy. This thing is big. Was this like a tank, like an aquarium?
Yeah, it was in the middle of the mall in Dubai.
Wow.
Like the mall's high, so it go from all the way up to the bottom. It's people along the glass that's looking at us like, oh, they crazy. Yeah. But yeah, like I would only do that though in captivity.
Okay.
I'm not getting in there with sharks
I
in the wild.
Was like in the like ocean looking at
No, yeah, it's captivity. So because you know they on a feeding schedule. Like I said, I study a lot of animals, so you know behaviors, and you know sharks ain't really a territorial animal. Like if they full and ain't hungry, then you really ain't got too much to worry about, as long as you don't like bother them to where they feel threatened and stuff like that. So yeah, like I was comfortable with doing it, knowing that you know they on an eating schedule in captivity.
So you got like pets, like pet snakes, or gators?
I never had pets. Probably had like one dog before.
Really? Is that for a reason?
Just, you know, once I was a little older, 16, 17, I was in the streets, bro, running around trying to get a dollar, bro. I ain't had time to take care of no animals.
You know what? That's a good point. So, adult Hardo, looking at, or should I say actually adult Joseph, looking at your children. Do you aim to give them like experiences that you might have missed because of the streets or like your career?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, it's important to make sure they don't go through what I went through, but I also realize having street smarts and at least being aware is also important to me than to just be super oblivious and not understanding or knowing what's going on. So like I do like at a point I like, for my kids to go, around their cousins or go to these environments here and there, though, pray nothing ever go wrong. But it's like I want them to know, and see everything from all angles. It's like I feel like it's how T.R.A.P raised his kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know his son King be acting crazy on the net, but it's like, T.R.A.P would send his kids to his mom's crib in the hood so that they're still experiencing that. So, like, you don't be a pushover when you grow up. You still got that instinct on top of, being a squared away kid at the same time. So I feel like it give you an edge on life or just being more alpha-ish than, somebody who's probably just stand off and a very good kid who, oblivious to that. So like you aware of being bullied and the whole nine, you feel me? But yeah, I try to go above and beyond, giving them the experiences that, I didn't, to help them push the farthest, like the training. Y'all want to do sports? We're going to do extensive training. We're going to train and do, put more time into it than I had for myself or did for myself.
Yeah, you sound extremely well-rounded, bro. Like, I don't know, like me, for example, I moved to the suburbs, man, my kids just completely suburban, other than when they go to their mom.
Yeah, for sure.
They be thinking they hood, I'm like, y'all don't know. And a lot of it I really regret because there's a little bit of entitlement to come with it, and, they hanging with the suburb kids, that think they tough and getting in a little bit of trouble and stuff. Like,
because the internet doesn't change the suburban kid now. Honestly, everything is hood low key now. Like,
but it still ain't hood. Like,
yeah, it ain't real hood,
yeah.
But yeah, it's the vibes though, kind of what they want to put on from what they see online though.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like when I was younger, and we got some years apart, but I feel like you might be able to relate to it. When I was younger, it was a certain, like a code, because the OGs was around. Like the OGs that's dead or in jail right now, back then they were still around to like guide us. Like, no, don't do this. Don't act like that. Where there was just certain things, you go out in the street and there's some dude that's 5 to 10 years older that's like, nah, what is you doing? Don't sell that. Give me that.
100%.
Don't rob that lady. Give me that gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I come from the last generation of having OGs, I think. After that, when we were to become the OGs, we kind of was the generation that was like, you know what? If we get our lives together, let's get away from this place. And that left the generations under us without that guidance, to be 100. Like, I think my generation was the last where when I came outside at 17, 18, it was this older dude who see us all the time, and now he's picking us up. And, our OGs used to like to really hang with us when we was young. Or your OGs back then might really pick you up from school, take you to school, let you stay the night at their crib, they taking you to the club. Like, they really is like another father figure to you, whether, the overall thing they're doing with you might not be a good thing, because they got you selling drugs or holding their pistol or this, that, and the third, but they still trying to install good values in you. Yeah, like you said, don't rob this old person. Don't do this, youngin'. And it's now we left these youngins to where we not got them at all. It's just figure it out yourselves. So, they don't even got respect for older people no more. Like, we used to admire somebody older who came from what we come from, whether they was still that guy or not. Mm-hmm. We just admire who they were because that's who they were. Nowadays, these youngers, fuck you, old head. I don't care about who you was or this or block. And
crazy.
Yeah, it's different now.
Do you feel a responsibility to help, like, the hood community in Pittsburgh? Like, at some point, Hardo Rec Center or something like that?
If I get to that point, yeah, I feel like, the purpose of all of this is to basically try to put on for your people and your culture in a way that you can. I mean, if not, if you can save yours, yeah, but at the same time, when you dead and gone, I'd rather leave a legacy, and that legacy might not be always through your own children. Your children may not grow up to be what you expect them to be, but if you planted them seeds in other places, it may always be honored. You know what I'm saying? It may always make some sense. So like, yes, I think it feels amazing to help people and to save people for sure. Like I feel like people who do get super rich, if that's not what they want to do, then they don't have to. But I do think that's weird, because it would feel amazing to you this super multi-millionaire and you bringing in millions a year, and you could go ahead and really change somebody's life off of, because you got that star power and success where you could just put them in certain rooms. If they fuck that up, then that's on them. But you can really, because there's people tweaking to lend money who's all, mouth watering over you. So you like, oh, you want to fuck with me? Here, this my man that I be with all the time. He got this going on. Fuck with us on this then. And they're like, all right, then yeah, let's do it. Like, so when you can do that and you choose not to, then that's where I feel like, it's a problem and it's something wrong with you as a person. But, I've been doing that. Like you said, turkey drives, back to school drives, getting with the Wilkinsburg police, talking to them and seeing, how we can make the community better, getting with the mayor at a point in time, going to these schools. Wilkinsburg. Like people don't know there was times where, I rented out sprinters. Like, he had the sprinter this couple years ago to inmates who have not, loved ones who haven't seen inmates they got in jail. I would get buses to go to jails that's farther, to take families who have not seen their loved ones in years because they couldn't get there. And I would fund the money to feed them on the visits and everything, you feel me, to help out the community in ways I could. And this is shit that I never, I might have posted clips of it, but I never, was a person to keep putting it in their face. But this is just definitely, who I am and how I rock. Like I said, with the artists, there's artists who, till this day, there's young rappers who might have a hot song, and I don't want to do business. I don't want to sign you. I don't want to feel obligated to you. I know how y'all act. Y'all feel entitled. So a youngin might put out a hot song, and I might be like, damn, that song hard as hell. You shoot the video? No, listen, youngin, go ahead and put the video together. Hey, I send them money to the cameraman. You got an outfit and all that? Here, I'm going to buy the outfits. I'm going to do everything. Just go shoot the video. And you don't owe me nothing in return. You feel me? I do that shit all the time, bro. All the time. And you know it do, it hurts sometimes because I do that type of shit. And these youngers may not even ever go on the internet and show me no love. It'd be like, damn, bro, I'm a random person that just hit you up and showed you some type of love that just don't come every day. And you might not even ever hit me up again and just be like, damn, yo, that shit was thorough or nothing, bro.
What if, maybe I'm wrong, maybe this ain't right at all, but just putting this out there. What if they're intimidated? What if they're like you are their T.I.?
Yes, you're right. That's I look at that too and think, yeah, because they're socially funny these days, so they don't know how to even socialize. Yeah. But I asked a youngin before though, like, yo, bro, not saying that's what I'm looking for, but it would feel good if you showed more appreciation, because it would make me want to even do more. Because it'd be like, damn, I done did this, that, and the third, and I never just even seen one day I just look at my phone and had a real text from the heart from you, just like, bro, I really appreciate you is, bro. It'd just be simple, like you might like the message, you'd be like, good look. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, no, you right. I just hate showing people, my appreciation, because they're using and throwing it in your face. So they already looking at it in a standpoint like this would be held against them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be crazy, bro, because it'd be like, damn, like we really in a city where also, if we don't got that media outlet that really shine light on a lot of things, that happen in our culture. Like a lot of people, these youngins now don't even know, they don't even know me. They don't even know how much I put on for the community, the S monies and all of that. They really don't have a clue what we done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's shit people don't know, bro. I done did there was an artist I was really into what he was doing and fan of him, young artist from Pittsburgh, and I put him on a song. I go shoot the video. It's the first day I'm meeting him, the day of the video shoot. I promise you. It been a long time since Wopo that I really like believed in an artist. And I'm saying he in jail right now. His name is B-Doc. I really overly was like fanned. Like, I think he's it. I pulled up. We did the video. I shit you not, bro. I brought my Cartier watch that, you know, at the time when I bought it was $30,000. You know what I'm saying? I bought my Cartier watch and let him wear it for the video without knowing him and never being around him. But this day, I let him leave with it. I said, you know what, bro? I don't know. I just super believe in you, bro. And I know I might be putting myself in a random position, but I really want to fuck with you. It ain't got to be no paperwork or nothing, but I just think you can do it, bro. But take that watch with you. You know what I'm saying? Shoot you some more videos and all that. You know what I'm saying? I handle it and, you know, let's stay in contact. And, bro, this could have caused me to, like, now I put myself in a position if he want to rob me. Now I got to be having an issue. Like, this is how much I'm believing in what he got going on. And, bro, about 5 days later, I get a call. He got arrested for a murder charge. The murder happened a year ago. He's just getting charged for a year-old murder. So, boom, when I get the call, the first thing is, hey, he reached out as soon as he got arrested. He wants you to know the watch is at his house. He could have, bro, that ain't had to be what he had to be thinking about. He could have been thinking about, you know, this watch could be going towards an attorney fee or anything. Like, you think I care about somebody's watch? I'm getting charged for homicide. And that showed me, oh, he got a different type of integrity. You know, I called up, got his mom's number, tried to get the watch from her. She like, man, you're not Hardo. Ain't nobody coming to get this watch but Hardo. I said, I am Hardo. Like, this is me. What did you get? So I'm like, I'm out of town though. I'm sending my peoples. She's like, well, if you're Hardo, you gonna have to come. Like, his mom wouldn't even release the watch to anybody. I end up getting it back though. And mind you, I only seen him this one day. And bro, something in me just like, they ain't gave me the watch, but I gotta try to help him with his case, bro. I hired him an attorney.
Oh, wow.
On that murder case, bro, and got him off, bro.
Yeah?
Got him off and shit, bro. Like, and that's the shit I be out here doing, bro. Like, and, you know, people don't always praise me for these things and really don't, like, and it be like, damn, I do a lot of shit that people don't know, where I really don't get the appreciation I feel for the things that I extend and do. So when you do that, that will make you standoffish and stop caring to do shit for a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I be thinking maybe somebody like Wiz went through that, where you was doing a lot for people and people was underappreciative of what you doing until you get to where you at. Now everybody feel like you own something.
Wow. That is crazy. I completely feel that though. Is there a way to filter or weed out the people that really deserve it?
It's hard to figure it out. I mean, the people really deserve it.
Because I mean, that was like some foresight to see dude and just know first day, like, hey, I feel like I could trust.
Yeah, bro, I don't know. It's something about him. It was something about the words in his music. To be 16 was like in a 30-year-old's body. Because it was like, bro, how are you this intellectual on the streets, bro? You're not an average 16-year-old. So he reminded me of the world changer, bro. I felt like he was an NBA young boy with way more common sense. So if he could blow, he's the youngin' who got all the street shit, but with the real mindset that is missing in the game, because he's not making people just think this shit is okay. He's giving you the pain of how this shit really is, and that's what's missing. Because all these youngins today, they're not giving you no music of how to get someone. Like, at the end of the day, the streets is here. It's going to be there. So somebody got to represent it. And if somebody going to represent it, I'd rather it be not some just drug addict killer. And I'd rather be somebody who at least is telling you, bro, get in here, get your money, and figure the steps to get out. But yes, all of this come along with it. And, you know, that's what I, you know, felt young and represented. You know what I'm saying? But he, you know, he went back to jail again. You know, thank God it ain't for nothing as bad. But that's, you know, I feel like he ain't have both feet in. Instead of staying focused completely, you know, on his music while we got all this at hand. You back home and forgetting, bro, the situation you was just in.
Just to paint a picture for the audience, I don't know if you want to give an actual number, just give an average. How much you think you wasted on people that ain't had it both their feet in?
Uh,
Just like an overall total.
probably like 250,000.
I want y'all to understand that literally that perspective is, and the reason I asked that, because I haven't wasted that much money, but I've wasted a significant amount too of people that don't have both feet in, whether we talking about music, business venture, or whatever.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
And I kind of want to package that with, let's just say there's a youngin' that's watching this episode, you know, he heard about Hardo, maybe his dad talked about Hardo or something like that, and he has a career or he's making music and he wants to be interested in getting put on. He's come this far throughout the whole entire interview. What can he do to be put onto Hardo's radar?
You just gotta do him. It's not really a thing. It gotta connect with me. You gotta be yourself and just pray to God that it's something that I connect with. Cause at the same time, like when I'm doing this, it ain't just about money.
That's what
You feel me?
with?
Because it's my management. I realize it's my family, bro. Them is my brothers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't blow up, but half of the reason where I'm in the position I am is because I stayed loyal to the team. Like, you know, Travis Scott blew up, JID, Earth Gang, all of that. Like, I done watched my team develop all of that, and all of these dudes become stars. You know, I remember me and 21 on the same level. One of our managers and shit, like, he blows up. And never once did I feel like, oh, I'm jealous, and damn, why all these people get the shot, and damn, why y'all stop caring about my shit? Why my shit getting pushed to the back burner? But I always had to know, you know, I chose to do the wrong things. I chose to go to jail. So I cannot be the priority forever.
Right.
But when my team knew, like, I stayed down and through whatever, and all right, well, what else can I do to help? My manager made sure I was good. He made sure now I'm in position to where if I want to go drop a tape with Empire, I might be, oh, Empire, I want to drop this next tape. I might get 100,000 just to put my next tape up.
Yeah.
If I don't make the money or fucking not. Like, but I'm in position from staying down and staying loyal and staying with the team. And it's family, it's beyond this. And if my team go make 100 million, motherfuckers would just give me 10 million just because all the connections built was through the guinea pigging of working with me, where they were able to figure all these other things out at the same time. And, you know, so for me to be an artist, me to be that bring somebody on as my artist, to me, it gotta be deeper than business. Because
Well, I mean, not even necessarily your artist, but like, even if it's to, hey, I think he nice, maybe not for me.
oh yeah, all you gotta do is work hard and I like your music, or I see that people like you. I might not even like your music, but if I see you're really working as an OG, I feel like show that love, bro. And you want this verse or whatever the case may be, just because it seems like you're working hard, bro, and taking your craft seriously, and they're grasping onto you, then I'm doing what I wish what somebody would do for me.
Is there still a lane to get a Hardo verse on a song?
It happens all the time. To the point, like, I had to tell myself I got to stop doing it, though, for me. I got to gatekeep for a while, because now I got to a point where I'm, every youngin' who's doing this thing, I'm coming to drop a verse for it. But again, I see the lack of appreciation in the new generation that, damn, bro, like, I remember I used to pour my heart out. Well, not even simply just pour my heart out, but like to the Taliban's, to, you know, S Money even picking us up to give us a chance of doing anything. You feel me? Like, we showed how much we was appreciative. And I done put youngins on my albums, bro, and they didn't even share the tape. Wow. They just went on to sharing what they done. And it made me think, like, do you know who I am, what I do for the city, or that my shit is a real movement, bro?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, youngers will get 2,000 views and feel they bigger than you, and not appreciate the history of none of this shit, bro. Like, and that's the shit had me like, yo, it would be the point.
That's crazy. That was maybe a conversation for another time, like the Wall of Fame conversation. That was nuts. They was people was mad their name was too small and stuff like that.
Shit like that, bro. People be crazy, man.
I was dying to ask you this. We literally used up most of the time. This conversation was crazy dope, but just because you brought it up, I need to know. Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, I used to be on the fence, bro. Like, I'm one of them dudes, I don't believe shit the government tell us, bro.
Yeah.
So I be thinking like half the shit we might see might be some intelligence that we created. But after I watched like certain little documentaries, I forgot, the one was like called 9/11 UFO missing report or some shit like that on YouTube. I'm sold. I don't think nothing about that documentary I seen was fake. It was like a detective who was like he used to work missing cases, and he didn't even believe in like this shit ain't connected to like no alien shit. He just thought, missing cases, kidnappings, murders. But when there was cases that he completely couldn't solve, and it was like shit about the cases, and I seen it, it just was too compelling. Like, and I'm like, oh yeah, this shit's for real, bro.
I feel like I don't know. On one hand, I feel like it's too big of a universe.
Too big, bro. We don't even discover half of it. We only understand 5% of the ocean.
Yeah.
There's another 95% and water creates life. So at least on this earth. So there's something in the other 95%.
But at the same time, the idea that the government has some secret tunnel beneath Antarctica or somewhere where they're inventing, this ancient Russian technology of spaceships and UFOs and shit is like, yeah, we could be creating this shit too.
Yeah, but it can be very believable, bro. It's just we don't know because this universe that we live in, bro, it's too many layers. Like, it was hard for me to believe, like, I believe in ghosts. Yeah. But, when you don't experience it, it's like you're not saying this person's lying who went through this shit, or if they're saying, man, I'm telling you, I see, maybe you was tripping out. Maybe you did. But then I had a family member, my cousin, she, her daughter would like scream in the middle of the night. It was probably a year ago. And this shit fucked me up because it was like, this is really real, what I'm seeing. And her daughter was crying in the middle of the night in her house that she just moved in. So she just went and put cameras in the room. Like, why she keep tripping out in the middle of the night? And what I seen on them cameras, bro, it fucked me up, bro. I was scared to be in the house by myself for months, bro. Like, I seen my little cousin, bro, getting dragged, bro, across the bed by an entity, bro. There's nothing but, she's 2 years old. You see her getting dragged across. She trying to stay, and you see her body stretching and pulling. You see her levitate. You see, bro, I got this shit in my, it's the craziest shit I ever seen. And then there was a balloon in the house. They left the crib but put cameras to the crib. There's a balloon traveling through the fucking house, bro. Room to room. You see a motion, some tall shit walk past and say motion detected. You see it matched this long ass arm that you see grab my little cousin in the bed. It was the craziest shit I ever seen, bro. And it's like, this convinced me this is not fake. The way she's scared and what this put my family through, this was not a joke. Yeah. And it's like, when I seen that shit, I'm like, oh, this shit is for real, bro.
They still live in the crib?
No, they left.
Oh, yeah, that's, wow.
I couldn't believe, I was like, damn, I was pissed that this shit got sent to me, because now I gotta really, like, I'm already one of those weird dudes that, I don't know, when I'm in the crib by myself, I can't have the house completely dark, bro. I'll be like a little annoyed, bro.
I'm 100%, look, while I'm doing something, like say I'm I don't know, fixing something, putting something together, I have to turn, if I'm by myself, I have to turn my TV on and leave it on. Just because the silence and me being there by myself freaks me out.
Bro, same thing, bro. I have to turn that shit on. Yeah. I cannot just have that shit silent and I can hear every little noise. That shit is scary, bro. Wow. And since that happened, annoyed it, bro. I have to sleep, like, bro, for a month straight. Nigga, I was in Atlanta, in a condo at my house in Atlanta that day. And, bro, it's just a condo, one floor. I turned every light on and was still annoyed, bro. I remember leaving, calling my manager, Barry, like, I'm coming over there. I didn't tell him why. Stayed over there, bro. Yeah. I was too scared to stay home with the lights on. Then I finally went home. I slept with the lights on, bro.
How long did it take you to go back to normal?
It's like, one of them things where You don't even remember when you got back to normal. You just got here. Like, but it was a while, bro. It was at least like 2 months, bro. I was scared as hell, bro.
Yeah,
Seeing that shit, it's like I always be thinking scary in the house as it is. And then seeing that shit, I said, oh yeah, this shit for real. Imagine this shit happened to me. I would never be sane again, bro.
Nah.
I'll be one of those motherfuckers.
You said it was your cousin?
Yeah.
How are they? Like, are they cool now?
Yeah, she cool now. Like, I don't know how she's okay.
Yeah.
I would have never been okay, bro. Like, I show you this shit, bro. This shit was devastating. I couldn't believe that I even seen this shit, bro. Like, and it was real, bro. And it's like, what is it? Because I thought ghosts couldn't just touch you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my little Cuddy getting lifted up off a bed and shit, bro.
No wonder you believe in aliens. I can't.
You feel me, bro?
I can't argue with that, bro. All right, last question. And this is a question that I ask all my guests. Of course, there's definitely some stuff that we didn't necessarily touch on and get to, and I love that. I really like to leave myself wanting more. So at the end of the conversation, if I feel like it went so organic that like we didn't even get to touch on everything I wanted or like go through the conversations and the questions, like that was a good interview. That means, next time me build a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, come back for round 2. But last question, and some people watching this will probably feel like this is obvious, but I don't think it necessarily is up for interpretation. Do you feel you're successful?
Yes, it could be more successful, but 100%, hell yeah. For sure, like, and people, it's crazy. That's a great question because people rate success on so much different levels, bro. Like, do I believe I'm a successful, I would just say artist, 100%, because me being a rapper is what led me into meeting everything and every person that I know that helped change my life. Like I said, me turning to a rapper and actually having motion helped me find my management, which helped me build my credit since the age of 20. I've been building credit. So now my credit score is down there 800. You feel me? Me doing music has led to me being able to meet this person that connect with this business, that business. I got businesses with Chuck Sanders. People don't know. You know what I'm saying? Valuation Plus, a mortgage company that I'm involved in. Me being able to see the world and really realize it's bigger than our community. It's helped me be a better father. Help me make 6 figures every single year, saving and everything under the sun to help other people. 100%, that's success. There's people who go to school and college to make less than that. You know what I'm saying? So to be alive, to be free, to be focusing on my health, to help others, to be a father, to have good credit, and to be building a real substantial legacy is 100% a recipe for a successful lifestyle that I'm living, for sure.
That's dope. From and I always try to give my perspective as well, just based on what I know about you. And this is from the outside looking in as a fan. And first and foremost, I am and have been a fan of yours. But at the same time, our experience. So from the moment you hit me on IG to the phone conversation or texting back and forth throughout this entire conversation, like every interaction we had, you gave me an energy that I'm able to judge you off of, right? It is 1000% like genuine, authentic. And I want to take this moment to say, hey, I believe you're successful, at least in my eyes, because multiple reasons. First and foremost, you represent where I came from. Not Wilkinsburg, but Pittsburgh, the streets in 100%. Pittsburgh. And you succeeded while remaining yourself, right? In addition to that, not only did you succeed with whatever challenges you face, you also still care about where you came from, and you also give back and help in whatever ways that you can to express how much you care, right? But you're also real. You still have that genuineness that I don't even know how to describe it, but like when I hit you, like, yo, happy Father's Day, bro. Like, yo, I appreciate it. Happy Father's Day to you too.
For sure.
That shit is authentic, and it goes a long ways in terms of like nailing down and really building like real relationships.
For sure, bro. That's what I learned along the way, bro. I hate when people want something but they don't get that.
Yeah.
So you gotta give what you expect, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And even in addition to that, curious, intellectual, like you give me this energy of don't judge a book by its cover. And the only reason I know this is I understand some of the other people, you know, that's not our culture. They conversation of, you know, if it looks like a hoodlum, it's a hoodlum from the streets or whatever. But like I said, I'm an engineer. I dress like a hoodlum most of the time. I mean, like I know what it is. For you to have this level of intellect, curiosity, and want to come here and have this 3-hour conversation, like that just says a whole lot to me. And I just want to make sure if nobody else do, you get roses directly from me. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate that, bro. Straight up, man.
Thank you for coming.
Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Appreciate you too, man. This is real. This is a dope conversation.
Nah, shit was super dope, bro. It was a good one, bro.
So, you know what it is? It's the Play Cousin right here.
Yeah, we out, man. Hardo, man. Get it.
That's what it is. We'll see you next time.
Late nights, real talks, turn the noise down. Welcome to Kalaj Dame. City lights, long days, heavy on the mind. Everybody talking, but they never take the time. Truth in my chest, I don't sugarcoat pain. If you sitting at the table, you gotta show your face. Conversations deeper than the surface we've been shown. Ain't here to sell a dream, just to show you what I know. Every voice matters, every story got away. If you living it for real, you gon' feel this pain. No scripts, no frames, just heart and time. If you listen close, you might change your mind. We don't argue just to win debates. We just shine a light where they hide the grave. It's the Kalaj Dame Podcast, where the real don't gotta broadcast. Every truth gotta pass. Every voice got a lane. It's the Kalaj Dame Podcast. Pull a seat, let the walls crack. If you ever felt unseen, you gon' feel your name. Yeah. From the block to the boardroom, same questions asked. Why we build so fast, we never heal the past. I don't play judge, I don't play role. I just let you talk while the story unfolds. Bridging gaps, they pretend they there. Men and women trying to meet halfway, no filter. But respect stay intact. If it hit too close, that's a personal fact.